In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
To A Show Called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in search of greater meaning.
If you need it before you finish the sentence,
and perhaps a little perspective.
There's an inhaler here. Do you need to pause?
No,
I've got an inhaler.
I'm John.
I'm Nick.
I'm Chris. Do you need the inhaler?
No, thank you. It's not my inhaler. It's not
It's not your inhaler either.
It's not mine to offer actually.
So I thought you were going to take Nick's inhaler, which he needs to live.
Yes.
And you were going to throw it at me
now
across the room.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
I used to be on an inhaler.
Nice.
Did you?
Yeah, as a kid.
I thought you were very athletic as a boy.
It's 1 in 3 people, John. It's 1 in 3
John,
people.
I mean, if we're talking to people in this room, then sure, but
fine, yeah.
Not generally. I had a brown one.
Oh, yeah?
And a blue one.
Right,
yes.
Preventer, reliever.
Oh.
There you go.
Thank you.
Brown prevents, blue relieves.
What does pink do?
Combine. Combo. It's like a megazord of inhalers.
Oh, that's both.
Every time you take it to relieve, it gives you a little bit of prevention.
Pink is what we call a mercy killing.
Yeah.
In its release.
Each time I take a puff, I lose a year of my life expectancy.
Yeah.
Prevent, relieve, release.
That's why I shit myself all the time. It makes sense now.
Just at the end.
Oh, here we go.
I had a problem with my inhaler as a kid. It's all coming back to me.
Was it one of those powder ones?
No, because like your one, you push down as you breathe in, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't get the timing right, so they had to give me an automatic.
A lot of kids, the Easy Breathe.
Yeah.
I had an automatic for a while.
Was the Easy Breathe the big bubble?
No.
So
you open it, you literally open it and it just goes in.
Yeah, you suck. It uses the same technology that's in scuba gear.
Oh.
So a guy who was a scuba diver was also asthmatic.
Yeah.
And he had, which I think is
Why?
Don't go scuba diving.
And he had the idea, what if I could develop an inhaler that released the gas or whatever the fuck it is at the same time as you inhale, just like a scuba valve.
It looked like a normal inhaler on steroids.
It was
like bulky.
Thick.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen this.
Oh, yeah. I had Easy Breathes for ages.
Yeah. And then I got older and they were like, no, you're too cool to have asthma.
Do you remember
don't fuck it, you don't need this inhaler anymore.
Do you remember so was it like in the original Power Rangers where like when Tommy had the dragon shield thing on his chest?
Gold thing.
Yeah, and that would occasionally come off and like it could go on the Red Ranger.
And he looked very naked. When he took it off the Green Ranger,
that's correct.
And he just had the white diamonds. He looked very naked.
It was kind of weird actually because there was no fabric under it, so he was actually
fully nude,
just totally waxed.
Yeah.
So did you never have? I never saw these like super.
No, sure.
But did you never have the one where it was like a plastic rugby ball shape?
Oh, that's a spacer.
A spacer.
Yeah, I did.
So that you plug an inhaler into the end of the rugby ball, and it's got a one-way valve.
Yes.
And you squirt it in, and then you breathe gradually.
Yeah.
Over it.
They did try that, and I think I fucked that up as well.
How did you fuck that up?
That's designed for people to not be able to fuck it up. Like literally.
So I couldn't get on
for idiots.
So anyway, I struggled with that, and I couldn't do that one either. So they gave me the steroid one.
Right.
I have a spacer kicking around somewhere.
Do you?
Yeah, but I don't need it because I'm not like a catastrophic idiot.
No.
So what? No, I probably couldn't do it now, to be honest. The timing I would struggle with still today.
I used to imagine that it was like Thunderbird 3 docking with
Thunderbird 5.
Yeah.
There's a lot of docking that goes on.
It's not far off.
I'm guessing this end thing, when I'm pointing to the mouthpiece at the moment, I'm guessing that's standard to fit literally everything, because there's loads of different spacers. My spacer now doesn't look like a rugby ball. It looks like a thin cylinder.
Oh, they're like bongs. There's a lot of variety.
Kind of quite bongy. Yeah.
People must have used it as a bong.
Do you remember peak flow meters?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the tube you blow into that a little needle goes up.
I do remember that.
It was to detect your highest.
I used to have to do that every time I went to the doctor.
Yes.
How much breath have you got?
Yeah, I think I'm getting a memory of having like a little booklet chart I had to fill out.
I had to do a graph.
Oh yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
When I was at my worst, when I was a kid, with really bad asthma, which isn't so bad now, my chart was it was like really low. I could barely get it out.
Barely
and then
registered.
it like rocketed up.
Didn't you tell us a story about having to was like a weird game you played at the doctor's.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Recently, that was what got me this.
It was like a
The
game.
inhaler.
It was like a Game Boy.
Yeah, it's
thing.
like a Game Boy that has a blow tube into it, and there was a little car on the road.
Oh yeah.
And if you didn't blow enough, it would veer off to the left. And if you blew too much, it would veer off to the right.
see.
And you have to stabilise your
Control
breath,
your breath.
to keep it in the middle. And it shows breath
That's
control
fun.
apparently is good
Yeah.
to detect asthma, level of asthma control.
Right.
So what's great is that
That's
like,
cool.
I imagine if you're in the midst of an asthma attack, you're already feeling quite stressed, and then they're like, just imagine that if you don't breathe, the car will crash.
Yes, and not only that, but there were little pedestrian spikes, and when you hit them, they just eviscerate. And you see
Yeah,
bone,
yeah.
you see viscera.
Yeah.
It's wild.
then
And,
you gotta
sometimes
try
they say, "My
breathe.
grandma, her last wish was to see me." It says stuff like that on the screen in 8-bit. It's
God.
really weird.
Jesus. Morbid, isn't it?
So
Quite stressful.
You have your inhaler out right now.
Yes, Exhibit A.
Are you feeling vulnerable?
Yeah, well, on the walk over, I was thinking, maybe I'd already taken it, but yeah, this afternoon I've been feeling a little
Might need it.
perhaps wheezy, and also because I tend to laugh on this podcast because it's a very funny podcast.
So funny.
Yeah, well, I'm glad at least one person on the planet is laughing at this. Yeah.
Laughing is one of my triggers for asthma, which is fun, isn't it? That's cool.
The only person who laughs at this podcast might die as a result.
What a record that would be!
Yeah.
One man laughs at podcast and dies.
Yeah.
To anyone listening, and I know they must exist.
There's very few of those.
Who occasionally people reach out, friends of the show reach out after it and go, that bit,
exhausting.
I really laughed at that bit you said. To which
I don't think it was probably anything you said, John.
Well, no. To which my response is normally, I have absolutely no recollection.
What are you talking
Like,
about?
I do not remember saying that at all. Like it.
I forget that everything we talk about the instant I leave this room.
To the extent that, and I think we've said this on air before, but we'll go home to our wives.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, "Oh, what were the loves and hates?" And I'll be like, "I couldn't tell you.
No idea.
I could. Not
I struggle
tell you."
every fortnight. We tend to message each other, going, "What was
Yeah.
it?"
What was it again?
Yeah.
Which is why I've taken to writing
Writing
immediately after we finish. I have to write it down.
And
even then I
even
struggle
then,
sometimes.
you have to be reminded what we've actually said.
Minutes. Literal minutes after we've talked about it.
It's good. It's a good podcast, though.
It's a great podcast, and it makes you laugh, and you might die.
Yeah.
Speaking of inhalers,
Oh yeah.
I have
because we are
one of
talking about inhalers.
Yeah.
We have when we do conventions, we have this black.
There are a lot of inhalers at conventions.
Well, no,
aren't there?
no, a bunch of jocks. But no, we have a black satchel, Big Punch.
Goes
A
to
royal
every show.
we, yeah, but
got vital
years
equipment in it.
using
Royal
it for
we.
years, yeah. And I feel like I'm saying this now. I realize I'm almost like Nick's carer or something because I just have like inhalers lying around in that bag. Yeah.
I do try actually and leave them in as many places as
Yeah.
possible. Like,
Yeah.
they're in
Just
both
in
of my
case.
car, they're at my studio, they're at home, they're in both floors of the house, so I don't have to go very far.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Because
Don't be climbing stairs.
that way they're to hand. So
Yeah.
I'm happy that you've got a load of them.
Yeah.
So
I have
what
so many.
the powder ones? Because there was a lad in
They don't
primary
do that
school.
anymore.
I don't
But
Why
yeah,
after the incident?
No, because they're very ineffective, and because
Oh.
you were inhaling powder into your lungs.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good, does it?
Yeah, that does seem like
It was very early days, so we were kids around the time that they were phasing them out into these gas canister ones. But the way it worked was because it is a drug that comes in like pill form,
Yeah.
that relieves your lungs and makes them bigger again. And so the theory in the early days was, what if there was a device that as you pressed the button, it crushed and powderized a pill, and then you inhaled that fine dust, in the hopeful sense,
Lovely.
and it would work. And it sort of worked on a low percentage, and sometimes there'd be chunks in it.
I was going to say, wouldn't that
Yeah,
make
that
you
would,
like
yeah.
cough?
And then you'd and it would make you cough a lot sometimes. But then some of the early preventers I used to have, the brown ones, they would make me wheezy. Because there was a problem with the preventers that would actually sometimes be a trigger for asthma.
I'm glad I don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all politics, isn't it, asthma?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a weird. I had it as a kid, and
lot of kids
I feel like most kids must have some
To a
form
degree
of
or
it.
another,
yeah.
yeah.
The hay fever for me was a compounding, and the fact that
Didn't have that either.
No,
Yeah,
I don't have hay fever.
Legend.
which is lucky.
it's kind,
Yeah.
it's kind of,
Absolute legend.
Absolute jock over there.
Yeah.
it's kind of surprising I wasn't into football, wasn't it?
It is
really,
weird,
Nice.
that,
Yeah, but also we grew up in a village. Chris and I,
Yes.
for the listener, grew up in a village
That is correct.
which was on a hill, absolutely surrounded by endless fields of rapeseed,
yes.
which was a utter
Don't ask us what the name of the village was.
living nightmare. I can tell you, growing up.
Coolville.
Coolville.
Coolton.
You think if you'd like
It wasn't called Rape Village, thankfully.
That would be a bad name.
That would be
That'd be
awful.
it's a plant, rapeseed.
Oh,
for
thank you.
anyone
Thank
listening, we're being very
Oh, what a relief.
Save
We'll
us,
get
John.
censored. The end.
John did that deliberately.
I'm
I'm not going to talk.
I was having a sweet.
You have to talk first.
Yeah.
If John doesn't talk, the podcast dies.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, no, I was going to say. Speaking of me carrying a show,
Oh.
Lucy and I were watching a video earlier about London Town.
Oh.
London
That's our
Town.
capital city, that is.
Yeah, it was a guy doing walking tours of London Town.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Did he have a camera in his head?
A couple of weeks ago, Lucy and we had a trip to London.
Oh, sure.
We had a little walk around the city of London.
Yes.
City with a capital C.
Yeah, the actual
The city.
We're going into the city.
the ancient.
Our American listeners won't understand what the fuck we're talking about.
It's the financial area with the gherkin in it.
Well, yeah, okay, so the potted history version is
Oh, here we go.
there was when the Romans kind of got to the UK.
Jesus Christ.
No, the potted history is going to be brief.
This is the potted version.
When Romans got to the UK, there was this like city bit, fortified little area, not very big. It's only about a mile across,
Yeah.
which was already there.
Yeah.
And the Romans were like, don't really want to besiege
bloody
that.
Romans.
That's going to be a bit
Don't want to
tricky.
besiege.
So the point is,
Hashtag don't besiege.
there was there's this little area of like wealthy merchants who'd built a big fence around them.
Yeah.
They were like, well, look, you're a Roman Empire or whatever, but fair play.
You
can have the country,
Oh.
but literally anything on this side of the fence is ours. Don't fuck with us.
Sure.
And they were like, oh, fine. And then so basically now
Fast forward.
So what we think of as London
Yeah.
was actually, I'm going to get this wrong now, Westminster.
I see.
So apparently, like when various invading kings would come to the UK over the years,
Hello.
they'd always find this weird little fortress called London that would just go like, piss off,
Piss off.
you're not coming in here. And
It's just on the river.
yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So they, instead of being in the
Plus the London Eye's there.
That's
So
true.
when
Yeah.
people are turning up, they're going.
Yeah.
And they put the archers on
yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
they fired down on all the invading
Yeah,
armies.
exactly.
It's really good.
So instead of being
Got a good view as well.
London, which was this weird little mile square little block with
Yeah.
a wall around it,
Yeah.
they settled in Westminster.
I see.
That's why you have Westminster Abbey, and that's why Parliament is at Westminster, which was
Yeah.
in this quaint little area called Westminster, not London.
Yeah.
But then it grew and grew and grew, and it absorbed the city of London, which is
yes.
this little like fortified area. So now we have London,
Landed.
which is just this massive metropolis.
Horrible place.
But then in the middle of it, you've got the city of London,
I see.
which legally,
Yeah.
in modern day law, has existed since time immemorial. This is,
I mean, that's objectively untrue.
it's written down. No, but it's written down.
But the Earth's only 4 billion years old or whatever.
Well,
London's not been there for 4 billion years.
no, but that like the origin,
Dino London.
the origins of Dino London, right? That's got written down. That's got in memory.
That's true because they can't write.
Yeah,
dinosaurs.
they couldn't write.
They
that.
couldn't write.
Yeah.
Thick as pig shit, those dinosaurs.
Those stupid dinosaurs.
But they could sing.
And they could
Oh,
use a
yeah.
spacer as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
But not with those arms.
None of them are. Well, that's why they need. Yeah, that's why they needed one.
Yeah.
They needed a big one.
They need a big old spacer, yeah.
So that's the potted history, and the Tower of London.
That was fascinating.
Tower of London.
Tower of London.
Tower of London.
Tower of London.
I've been
right?
to the Tower of London.
And
Twice.
Interesting.
Twice?
Okay, interesting thing. Tower of London.
Yeah.
It's on the edge of the city of London,
Yeah.
Right.
and so you'd think,
Part of the wall.
part of the wall. It's meant to defend the city.
100%.
No.
Oh.
It was built by a king who couldn't get into the city of London to guard against the city of London.
Yes, I did know that.
Oh, so it's butting up against the
Yeah,
edge of
so the
city.
castle's pointing in, not out.
That's fun. That's
Yeah.
a good
There
little
you
fact.
go.
I
There's a fact,
remember
yeah.
them telling us that when I went.
So where are we going with this?
I have
Yeah.
no idea.
So you went on a trip.
Yeah, we went away on a trip and it was lovely. Saw a load of history,
Yeah.
a bit of this.
Please
bit of
don't
that.
tell us anymore.
No.
Watched a video.
Okay, here's what I'm getting at.
Oh,
We
God.
watched a little video about this guy doing tours
Oh, yeah.
of London.
You
He was
on
doing
YouTube.
Mayfair. It was irrelevant. He wasn't doing the city of London.
No one goes
But-
to Mayfair.
The hoity-toity do.
No one goes on.
points.
No one goes on a tour of Mayfair though. Look at all the things you can't afford.
What is there to see? Isn't that just houses?
Yeah, it's just posh houses.
Yeah, but I think you could walk along the street and go, oh, that's where
Oh.
so and so.
Oh Jesus.
That's
know.
where Keira Knightley lives.
Yes,
There we go.
Yes.
Nice.
that's where the first recorded instance of a man eating a horse was, there or something like that. There's history on every corner.
Yeah,
in
sure,
London.
yeah.
But Grosvenor.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a place called Grosvenor Square.
Grosvenor.
Grosvenor,
Yeah.
as it's written, which apparently comes from the French for fat hunter,
Oh,
Nice.
lovely.
as in gros
Gross.
venor,
Venor.
and apparently the Latin word for hunter is venator.
Is that where venison comes from? Hunted.
Yeah, because the deer are notorious hunters.
They're really good at hunting.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's all coming together. I don't like venison.
so
I mean, yeah.
Too like
too rich
yeah,
for my blood.
not rich, but it's like soft.
Game-
I think
soft.
it's like really too soft.
Oh,
It's too malleable.
Yeah,
okay.
you never see a deer pumping iron, do you? So
Not recently. No.
anyway,
Maybe back then.
if you live in the UK,
Yeah.
there's a very good chance that in your hometown, say Cooltown,
Cooltown, UK.
there might be a street called like Grosvenor.
There is Grosvenor something around
There's
there,
a
isn't
Grosvenor
there?
in Salisbury as well. I believe.
Yeah,
My hometown.
there's one in Chester. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's this one family called the Grosvenors, who have been around
Big
for a
fat hunters.
very, very long time. The
Yeah,
fat
yeah.
hunters,
Yeah.
and they are one of the biggest landowners in London.
Good for them.
Okay,
Yeah, they're doing well.
so and also no, this is just a fun factoid. So the
Oh god.
When does
the
the fun
ro-
start?
We're
well,
gonna be here. We're gonna be here all night.
okay, right,
We're
okay,
gonna be here all
I'm-
night.
No, you learn something. Open your mind.
Open a book.
Okay,
I can learn things at home.
so the royals at some point, one of the kings or queens,
Yeah.
created a title. They just gave a title to the Grosvenors.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like whoever was like the eldest male in the family would be the Duke of Westminster.
Good.
So who do you think the current Duke of Westminster is?
One of the Grosvenors.
Oh my God, he's
Mr. Grosvenor.
He's blown it wide open. So yeah, apparently the current Duke of Westminster
Yeah.
is 33 years old.
Oh,
Oh.
we're older than him.
His dad passed away in like 2016, I want to say, and then he became
The Duke.
the Duke,
see.
the
Kick-ass
kick-ass Duke. He is a godchild of the king.
Okay.
Oh.
He is a godfather to a couple of the
Isn't elitism weird?
young,
weird, isn't it?
It's so
couple of
strange.
the young who are like the
Eugenie and Beatrice.
The Prince.
no
Oh,
who's Will and Kate? They got kids, haven't they?
Yeah.
three
Three.
kids.
I don't
Yes.
know. Is
Yeah.
one of them a George or something?
George, yeah.
George,
Yeah,
yeah.
so he's
George
a-
is the firstborn son.
So he's 33. He's a godfather to them.
All of them.
Well, one at least. I
Okay.
don't know. Yeah.
Okay,
So
I
he's clearly he's in with
he's
the
doing-
family.
he's doing
yeah.
all
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And he's worth an estimated £9 billion.
Oh.
That'll do.
Can you imagine being 33 and just going like, by the way, terribly sorry for your loss. You're now the Duke of Westminster, and also you own like half of London, and you just get rent on like half of London.
That'd be sweet.
I feel like I'd make some bad financial decisions.
Yeah.
If you give me that sort of power.
I don't think people who have that much money pay for a lot of stuff. Like, I think they just go places and are given things.
I think you're right.
The
So,
richer you are, the less you actually pay.
Pay out.
Because the
I think
circles
so.
you move in, it's probably like going to a dinner.
You're
tonight,
hosted. It's like
going to
the
another
Duke
dinner
of,
tomorrow
the Duke of
night.
Westminster will be there.
Yes, and when you walk in, you announce the
Yeah.
Duke of Westminster.
So he doesn't
Yeah.
pay. He just goes to events, probably.
But also, lest you
Peter
think,
Devine.
I'm not bitter about it.
maybe he's a very nice man.
I doubt that.
Lest you think he's not like us. He does have a bachelor's in agricultural science from like the University of Newcastle.
And it's
something
not an
like that.
honorary one.
Well, no, and I imagine that'll help him when he's down on the family farm.
Yeah,
I mean,
not
they probably just went, just do some menial degree.
Do something.
something.
Just
Just
to
to
say,
save-
just to say you've done.
But
just
Daddy's
something.
sick. Please just do something.
Just to agriculture. Just let's pick one. Spin a
throw
wheel.
a dart.
Agricultural sciences at
Hartbury.
Newcastle. Yeah, Hartbury, yeah.
Well, to be fair, I guess if you own a manor house or something like that out in the country,
It might be useful.
then
Who knows?
Better than
I guess.
art, I suppose.
He probably wants to be able to talk to his horsey mates.
It's horsey mates.
You know,
Yeah.
and if he knows farming terms.
You want to get one of them combine harvesters, Tarquin?
Oh, what's that?
That kind of thing.
You should rotate those crops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That does not mean just tip them upside down.
Yeah.
That's what I would have thought.
Yeah,
Or
that's,
bend
what
them at
most,
the
that's what
stalk.
most people thought.
Think thought.
I don't know.
Good. Well, in London, weird.
In
Yeah.
London, weird.
In London, eh?
Yeah.
Whatever next.
Yeah, I
I don't like London.
Do you not?
No, it's bus stop. It's a big bus stop.
I mean, it is a big bus.
Is it because you treat it mostly like a big bus stop?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
And I'm very insular
Yes,
like
I
that.
think so.
I
I quite like London.
Yeah,
I know.
It's growing on me.
I often think I like London, then I go to London, and then I'm like, I've had enough of London after a little while.
I could not live in London.
For a while, I wanted to when I was younger. I really wanted to. I think I'm past that phase now. Although if someone offered me a flat or something for free, I'd be like, all right.
I'm actually kind of amazed that people do live in London. I feel it might be like a mass hoax that everyone's playing on us. Like they all just go home to their actual homes elsewhere.
Really
Could be the hell out of London.
Yeah,
it's like a video game city. Yeah, no one actually lives there.
And you got to pay enough to live in London.
That's the crazy thing. But then, of course, there's the really poor areas of London where people are forced to live there because they were brought up there.
Yes,
there's never a choice.
I guess like one good thing about like inflation just being rampant is that like eventually everywhere's going to be expensive as London. So
that's great news.
we popped into the Bank of England.
Oh God!
There's a little museum, a little free museum you can go into.
Move
Although
along.
it is like going to the airport because they make you step through a scanner. And they take your belt off and everything.
In case you've got a weaping.
Yeah, a weapon. Or you're trying to sneak some money in.
Like a gold ingot.
What are they looking for?
Yeah. And there was like a little section for kids to learn, learn about money.
Learn about the value of money.
But there was a question: it's like, what's the average pint? What's the average cost of a pint in the UK?
Oh,
average cost of a pint,
as in this year
across the whole of the UK.
I have to assume it was up to date. Yeah,
right.
Averaging across the whole UK.
I would say around the £5 mark.
Yeah, I was going to say 6, but I'm being very pessimistic.
If you're going to average it out across the country,
higher.
I think it's like $6.40.
That's mental. That is mental as an average price.
That's really bad. Considering in my lifetime, and by lifetime I mean drinking lifetime,
yeah,
I think it was around 3 when I started drinking.
I remember going out
Well,
with
here we go.
once,
Here we go. Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go.
and we got charged a £5 for a pint. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
When?
This must be
good
like
few
10
years.
ago.
Yeah.
Right, and you were like,
But
what the
We
fuck?
couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Could we? I remember just
it's
going,
unreal.
fucking hell.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
And now a £5 is quite reasonable.
It's insane. It's brilliant. Yeah, I'd love it.
£5 a pint's great now.
I mean, like, when we first learned to drink,
Yes.
let's be honest, it's been our life's, primary.
It's been one of the major things I've done with
Yeah,
my life.
Still learning.
Yeah.
I mean, you never really master
You never
it, do you?
master
You
it,
got to get £1.20.
Oh, for
pint.
sure.
For
Less than that.
Yeah.
Is it?
At university, don't. At university, it was like 80p for a strongbow.
I mean,
I'm not kidding.
At university, yeah. I mean, partly we did have student prices.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then you go to a club in the middle of wherever I was going to university,
Yeah.
Stoke.
Completely
I've said it now. And then you go to like a club under a bridge. I'm not kidding. Called the Underground.
troll.
It's shut down now. Weird that. And it was like, hello, I'd like a vodka, Coke, lemonade, whatever. Well, that'll be £1. Would you like to double up for an extra 50p?
Yeah.
I think I probably would. Yeah.
My drink of choice when I used to go out at uni was vodka and lime cordial. So it was literally
Yeah.
a shot of vodka, shot of lime cordial.
Lovely.
So it was
Wow.
thick, syrupy, and I drank it in one, basically.
Oof.
That was £1.
Yeah.
I would have 10 of those. I would be destroyed. And I'd spend a tenner.
No further.
Nothing needed.
required.
Nothing
Yeah.
further needed. Sometimes I'd buy 2 at once
Yeah.
because I was flush, right? £2, 2 vodka and
Don't need
lime.
to go to the loo a lot either.
Bam,
when
bam.
you do
No,
that.
because they were shorts.
I wish I'd done that more.
What? Get
What
drunk?
Nick just said.
What? Having
rather,
loads
than,
of...
rather than having pints, I mean.
Oh, I see, yeah.
anything
I've
other,
never been
yeah.
much of a
It's
pint
fizzy
drinker,
and you
to be
need to
fair.
go.
Oh
no, you need to
God,
go
I do
to the
think
toilet a
about.
lot.
I do think about the crap we put in our bodies back then, though.
Whereas
yeah.
Nick's just pow, 10 drinks, in and out.
It was a clean 10
10
every
minutes, 10
fucking night. Yeah, basically.
10 drinks, and then that's it.
Yeah,
I would
One
space
p-
them out.
You're going for
across, like, 5
1p
hours.
the whole night then.
but you never had anything in your hand. You know what I mean? Where
No.
like you always be like nursing a pint. You're
No.
just like very efficient.
Dancing with a pint
Sometimes
was never,
I'd buy
never
it.
good though. I must have
I'd
dropped
hold
a
it
lot
for
of
like
pints.
a minute or so, but then I'd be like, fuck this, bonk.
Yeah.
It would be gone.
I used to miss the table with my pint and then your pint's gone.
Yeah.
You do that with a bit of lime
Oh.
and vodka, you've already had it.
Drop your pint.
Doesn't matter.
I can't
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
it. I'm out 80 pence.
Yeah.
No, sometimes
I can only afford 12 pints
Sometimes
now.
I wouldn't have a tenner in my pocket, so I'd be scrounging. Back in the day, I used
Yeah.
to carry like cash and change. I'd be scrounging around. Oh fuck, I've got £1. I got £1 together out of 20p, 10p, whatever.
Yeah.
Bam on the bar, vodka and lime.
That's
That's
fucking
enough.
enough.
That's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough.
The beer was never.
Oh.
Tequila sometimes.
Yeah.
But
God, I mean, it's funny. I was thinking of where you went to university.
Stoke.
That place.
shit,
Yeah.
you said it again. You could have got away with it.
I remember coming to visit you on the train.
Yes.
When you were at university, and I remember passing the local landmark, that pile of mattresses, and as we came in.
Yeah.
But yeah, talking about the crap we used to drink. I remember, God, we went out
Snaky
drinking.
bees.
But like, there was like it was a shot you could buy.
Oh yeah.
Came in a plastic
With a sealed lid.
lid.
Yeah.
And it had it was 2-part.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
wider down the middle.
Yes.
And
It's like strawberries and cream. That was,
Oh, God, yeah.
God, yeah.
I do remember that.
The filth.
But that wasn't even that strong. It might maybe.
No, it
but
wasn't.
didn't feel
But
it
it's
at
just
the time.
like
20 of
God,
those.
like,
20 of those for 50p each.
50p each.
God,
Lovely.
apple sours.
Apple sours I had a
A
lot,
lot of apple sours, yeah.
That is like paint stripper. That stuff.
Yeah.
That would make you do the
Yeah.
face, but not because of the alcohol content, but because of like the tang and the sugar
Yeah.
You
content.
had
It was mostly
aftershocks.
toilet. Well, I was just aftershock.
That
yes.
was very popular. At the time.
Aftershock blue, green,
Red.
and
There was a red one.
Oh, was that like sours?
They
They
were
were
like
just weird. They were strange, weren't they?
the blue one was the first
It was
one.
just like an intense taste, which was the point. But
Glug.
The blue one was like I think minty or something like that because the idea was that it looked like toilet cleaner
Yeah, of course.
and you'd like down it and then I was told you've got to breathe in really sharply afterwards.
Also mentholy.
Yeah, and you go,
And you get that cold feeling in your mouth. Yeah, I think I had something like that before.
God, but it's like it's barely.
I had Calpol shots. And I don't think that was especially legal.
That's a flaming
that
mo.
feels
But
dangerous. Yeah.
Is that Calpol?
that's basically a flaming mo,
Flaming
isn't
mo,
it?
It was like Calpol mixed with a spirit. I've got to think it was probably.
You didn't get that from a bar, did you?
Yeah, so there was this bar in Salisbury that got shut down
That
very
feels
quickly.
that feels
and
dangerous.
they had all these weird drinks at the back that were all in weird bottles that they just mixed themselves.
Oh God.
I honestly don't think anything they did was legal.
No.
Some of them were fun things, like, oh, we put Skittles in vodka. That's quite popular on
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And
That's
they'd
a
get
classic.
stripped
Yeah.
completely, and then the vodka would be, like, colourful.
Sure.
So they had those, and then they'd be like, do you want Calpol? It'd be like, I don't think you can give me that. That's technically a painkiller.
Yeah.
But, oh well, it tasted
Yeah,
good. They were
'cause,
crunchy
like-
as well.
Lovely. Yeah.
Because
I love
like,
a drink you can eat.
because
the best.
Calpol is
Calpol's good.
paracetamol,
Yes.
isn't it?
Liquid
Yeah.
paracetamol, yeah.
And paracetamol, does it? If you had too much of it, say, is it your kidneys or your liver?
Something
it
does.
kills one of them.
I think it's a very, in its defence, and maybe this bar's defence, it's a very low paracetamol content.
Oh, sure,
particularly
yeah.
for an adult.
It's
Yes.
given. Obviously, I use it for the boy, so it's given to babies.
Have you ever been tempted
Have you had a little
to?
one for him, one for you kind of scenario?
Yeah.
Here comes the aeroplane.
No, not yet, because I don't want to waste it.
Nom.
You got. I don't want to waste that money.
I miss it. Genuinely, I
It was
miss it.
so good.
I remember the branding being
But
different.
my mum
when I
would be
was a
like,
baby.
"You're real. You got to have a Calpol." I'm like, really? Oh my god,
This is great.
what a day!
Did you prefer the purple Calpol,
Oh.
which was 0 to 6, or the orange Calpol, which was 6+?
Oh, I'd forgotten about the orange one. That was really
I think
good.
I like the black. The
I
black
think I
currant
did
one is
like
my memory.
the basic, the purple.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
But I did really like the orange because I remember switching on to the orange when I was a bit older, and I was like, "This is mum. This is good.
Oh,
This
Mum.
is mum.
Oh,
Another pint. Mum."
you're swirling it.
Yeah, sat in a like leather upholstered chair by the fire. Yes, mother. Oh, the nose on this. Oh,
Could I have a shot of vodka in it, please?
yeah. What?
And I said it before, I'll say it again. Tixie Licks.
Tixie Licks. Didn't have enough of Tixie Licks.
Oh.
That was throat.
Yeah, it was meant to be like you're ill,
Yeah.
and it's like, and all we're going to do is give you some sugar and paracetamol. But if you've got a sore throat, oh man, but that was like black currant.
Yeah. There's another one. Another throat juice. It's called like
Cavonia.
Cavonia. That's
Cavonia,
it.
yeah.
I had a really bad throat. I think it was beginning of this year or end of last year, and I just had a bottle of Cavonia, and I would just like sup it.
Yeah,
It was great.
and it comes in like they'd always come in like these brown glass
Yeah.
bottles. So
Like
you felt,
old-timey
yeah,
apothecary
like you
bottles.
felt like a Victorian.
They still do. It's still
Yeah,
in brown
I should have
bottles.
one from a penny dreadful.
Calpol is still in a brown bottle.
When
Calpol is it?
Yeah.
yeah, but the label had a bit of like colour. There'd be like a
Yeah.
smiling
Yeah,
child.
you
on
still
it
got
or
the label. The
something, yeah.
label's a bit more modern than the one I remember, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's still there.
When actually got a memory coming back to me now. When Lucy and I first started dating, and you know, obviously like, you're moving in together.
Shotting chicks,
She had in like her in her like kind of cabinet in the bathroom. She had like a like Cavonia,
Yeah.
but it was like a non-medicinal one. It was just like, oh, it's herbal and sugary.
Oh my god.
So there wasn't even drugs in it.
Chug a lug,
Yeah.
my friend.
Get involved with that.
Where do I get that?
I know, it's like, oh, it's just 8 p.m. I'm not ill, but
I don't see a reason not to.
Oh, yeah.
oh, it's incredible.
Yeah,
Oh
lovely.
man, that's.
It was so
I'll
good.
have to get me some of that.
Do you remember? I'm trying to think now because a lot of Kigs medicines tasted great.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Which is considering they were so worried about Kigs eating like Tide Pods and stuff like that.
Well,
Nowadays,
they are now. They didn't give a shit back
Yeah.
when we were kids.
No.
Give us
Yeah.
anything. Shut us up.
But like, I remember at one point I had to have a syrup medicine, but it was like banana flavored, and it was and it wasn't good.
Oh,
And I remember, like, for some reason, there was some disease going around that, like, a bunch of, like, primary school kids had.
Oh, no.
And the only treatment was this banana
Glomulol
syrup. And it came in a brown bottle.
Yeah.
Looked like it came from an
Same
apothecary. But, like, it was the only time it wasn't fun. Like, it wasn't good.
Do you remember Vino's? It was another cough syrup, I think, and it was licorice flavour.
don't think so.
And you poured it into a little
like
cup,
licorice.
and it was black. It was like tar, but it was delicious.
I don't remember that. I didn't like. Yeah, I didn't like. I still don't really.
I
like
wouldn't have
licorice.
minded that.
I love licorice.
Going back to, like, our boozy anecdotes, but there were a ton of, like, it's not licorice, but aniseed. There were a ton
Yes.
of, like,
Oh,
Sambuca's aniseed, isn't it?
Sambuca,
Yeah.
Yeah. What's Jägermeister? That's kind of medicine.
Herby, isn't it?
I like Jäger.
Yeah, Chris Ray and I can't touch
Too
Jägermeister
much.
after the incident.
Yeah, we had one very special night where now we must never.
That's me with
again.
Malibu. Can't drink
Yeah.
Malibu now.
Whoa,
I
whoa,
never-
whoa.
I had a whole bottle to myself and then passed out under a piano.
I still think the night we drank a bottle of Jägermeister and tried to write a sitcom is the most hungover I've ever been. The day after was just dreadful.
I had to go to work the next
That's
day.
that's unreal.
And thank
to work in crutches.
We were up. Right. We were sitting in John's parents' lounge.
we already had like 5 cans.
Yeah, we had 5 cans. And then you got the bottle of Jägermeister out. We drank the whole bottle of Jägermeister.
Holy crap.
We woke up and the Gavin and Stacey DVD menu was playing on a loop.
Oh, those days. Yeah.
During the night, we tried to write a sitcom.
Yeah, I do.
And then I went home.
Yeah,
And then I woke up. I was unreal the day after.
I was.
useless.
I vividly remember we had 5 cans, and we were just chatting, just hanging out.
Yeah.
And
That was unreal.
and I go like, have you heard about this Jägermeister, Chris Ray? Like, we should try some of this.
Christopher Ray, have you? My dear boy.
And
chap friend.
I
Perhaps I'll wet my whistle.
I
Perhaps
bought,
I will
I
see
bought the
missing.
bottle in, and you were carrying you had your pint glass.
Yeah.
And you're like, don't dirty a fresh glass.
I had it before.
And I vividly
Fuck it,
remember
yeah.
you like having a sip and go, oh, that's a touch that.
Oh god.
Oh, it is a touch.
I've never had it. Well, no, I have had it since, and immediately,
Yeah.
There's
Cav
something-
endorsed the manual.
There's something about that about that limit that line you cross with a particular
Yeah.
booze type. And you can never go back.
can never
and
go
then when you
back.
have some
No.
again, it's like you reawaken the genetic
that
memory that's
hangover.
now written
Yeah.
into
I'm
your
thinking about
DNA.
it now. I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it now.
If I
It's-
think
it's a
about
problem.
Malibu, I start to feel a bit
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
I hate it.
It's a problem, that. Which is a shame because it's a very nice drink and everyone rates it very highly.
Yeah, I've got nothing
but-
against it.
But
as a-
it's just. a
I'm glad I can
non-starter.
still drink Jaeger. I'd be sad if that was my dead drink.
Yeah, but you're like the sensible drinker here.
Oh,
can't-
I hardly drink.
You
that.
never reach for the Jägermeister.
Surely not.
Well,
Oh.
no. I mean, I've had a Jaeger this year.
Have
you?
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Maybe a bomb.
Oh, lovely.
Ah.
Wonderful.
That's Red
Just Red Bull.
Bull with the Jägermeister.
I
think
have a
I was-
Skittle bomb.
It wasn't like out. We weren't like clubbing or anything, but I was out at a bar, and I was like, I'm getting really tired because I get very tired at like 9:30.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Oh, it's
I
bedtime,
need
yeah.
something to keep me going. I need
Yeah.
it to be both booze and it needs to be
Sure.
It needs to fuel as
Yeah.
well. Jaeger bomb's perfect for that. 'cause
Yeah,
it's just
yeah, why
like,
not? Yeah.
Tastes good and it's got energy in it.
Yeah.
And I knew I had to.
It's got
stay
energy
going.
in it.
I've got to go out this weekend because it's a friend of mine's birthday party and he goes big.
Oh.
And yeah, I'm gonna struggle, and I'm probably gonna have it there.
Have
to
some
be honest
bombs.
with you.
Have some bombs.
I'll have to bomb
Yeah,
it.
whenever...
I'll have one bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll open the bomb doors once.
That'll be enough.
you know.
The bum doors or the
Sure,
bomb doors?
my bomb doors will open up.
Almost certainly. When we had them at football, we go, let's have some Jaeger bombs. Like, it's fucking 11 o'clock in the morning. But
Party's got to stop at some point, Chris Ray. Like, I mean,
well, it
It
hasn't-
does have to.
you know. But then I would have a Skittle bomb, which is Contro and Red Bull.
Oh,
That was all right.
Ah.
That's all right.
yeah. I
drink
could.
that.
I could
wait,
get
you're
on
having
board
you're
with
having this at football?
Oh yeah.
You're just going like,
Not.
Can I have a Contro and a Red Bull?
Yes.
please?
very good, sir.
Because I'm Elizabethan grandma. You know.
My brother's drink that he can't have anymore is Pernod,
Oh.
and that's another licoricey. What is it? What's the other word for licorice? Aniseed.
Aniseed, yeah.
And it's good, but it's strong.
Isn't that like? Oh yeah, isn't that the one that goes? It's like opalescent. Like,
Yes,
yeah.
if you mix it with water.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
shimmery and
A suspension forms. Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
I think I've said it on air before, but I've never been to Greece, and I read about Greek cafe culture, which is basically like elderly men go to the cafe at 3 p.m. and just
French
drink,
do it as well.
and just drink Pernod and play chess all day. And like, well, when I retire,
We're retiring to Athens.
It's what Ali's dad does. Like in an afternoon, he's like, "Do you want a cassis?" And that's their term for it, which is basically just really any overpowered spirit, usually mixed with water, sat on a table outside a restaurant, bar, or house, and talk or play some sort of game.
That's fun.
And so me and Ali's dad sat outside his house on a little metal, like wrought iron table, with I think it was Pernod and water. It was one of the first times I'd met him. He's just like, "Do you want a cassis?" I'm like, "I've got to say yes to this." I have
Oh,
to say
sure,
yes to
yeah.
this. Sure, sir. Let's go. I'm just a boy.
Look after me, sir.
Look out, so I'm going down. Bob's away, I guess.
what an absolute hero!
Yeah, he
God.
loves the cassis.
Is it like once you've gone cassis, you can never go back?
You never
Versus-
truly go
yeah.
back.
That's certainly true for Graham. He
Yeah.
loves it.
Yeah.
I had my one cassis, and I was like, "That's all right for me."
Good for him, I
Maybe no
say.
more cassis.
Play chess, play drafts or something.
Yeah, backgammon.
Oh,
maybe.
draft. Sweet.
Because drafts is like an underwhelming game, but I imagine like if you're really,
well,
really
you know.
into cassis, like you might be like,
Well, if you're both on cassis,
Yeah.
then it kind of levels the playing field, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to take a French mon. I
French
wouldn't want
mon?
to take a French mon on,
Yeah, French
on
mon.
drafts.
nah.
But if he's on a cassis, or he's on his fifth cassis, I've had one cassis. I'm like, okay, let's play drafts. I might win this.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
reckon I can take you.
I am more in love with the idea of sitting in a cafe playing chess and drinking cassis than I am actually in love with chess
Or
cassis.
cassis.
Yeah,
Oh, 100%. It's the combination plus being in France, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'd offer you some butter, probably. Or like a bread or something. I don't know.
They offer you some butter.
We come by with like butter, sir, and there's 2 pots, one for rubbing, one for dipping.
Just pick up all the drafts and just rub them in butter. For slides? Yes, for slides, oui. Très bien.
Very good, sir.
Very good, it's hockey now. Très bien.
The idea that you might have
Butter hockey. Très bien, butter hockey.
Excellent choice, sir.
Excellent choice,
I
yes.
just love the idea of it being like you get like those very fancy restaurants have like champagne buckets.
Oh, yes.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Imagine that with
That
just
stand to the side.
just like
butter.
a big pat of butter in it.
Oh, man.
And the idea that like periodically you just reach in, pick up a stick of butter and dip it in your cassis and then put it back.
Oh, yeah.
To be fair, I'd drink that.
Oh my
That
god.
sounds amazing.
Does
Yeah.
sound good.
Anyway, the point of this show
Oh, yeah, shit.
is that we sporadically mention
Who
the
knows?
hates.
Let's just run through.
Just get us out of the way.
Let's just, yeah. This is a formality.
Yeah.
Who's got hate?
I'll go if you
Here
want.
we go.
Kick us off.
My hate is painful lobes.
Painful lobes.
My painful lobes.
My painful lobes.
Painful lobes. Who knew that your earlobes could hurt so
Ears,
much?
thank God.
I've never had earlobe pain.
No?
No.
Neither had I.
No.
Neither, until.
And I'm here to tell you.
Great, I can't
it's
wait.
It's not something to relish.
Just the lobes?
Well, no.
Just
just
the
the
Excuse
lobes.
me, sir. Just the lobes?
Just the lobes.
In
Just
terms
the
of your
lobes.
ears as a whole, was it just the lobes that were hurting?
Yeah.
But other parts of your body
parts
were
of my
hurting?
body were hurting. So,
I don't think I had nerves in my lobes.
backstory.
Backstory. Here we go.
I've got lots of backstory.
How's
I've
your
got
week?
When the Romans invaded.
how's your week been?
exposition time.
I'm feigning. I don't. I'm feigning. I'm pretending. We know.
You know,
we
I told you all
yeah.
about it.
Yes, if you could summarise.
So, regular listener may remember that Liz had hand, foot, and mouth a few
Hand,
weeks
foot, and
ago.
mouth.
Butt and balls.
Which
And
is
me and the boy didn't get it,
which is a completely different disease to
mad cow
foot
disease.
and mouth disease,
which is about
Which is
cows,
for cows.
Yeah.
and shit.
Cows don't even have feet.
This
no. Oh my god.
Puffs.
hand, foot, and mouth is a viral disease that children tend to get at nursery, which basically means you have a fever and then you come out in painful.
Why is it just there?
I don't know.
Yeah. What
It's
is
got to get out. I mean, you had it.
You
Yeah.
had it.
Don't spoil
How's it
it.
go out in the real world? Well,
How can it only
through
exist
the
in
nurseries.
nurseries?
Well, I think
doesn't make any
young
sense.
children are particularly susceptible to it, I believe.
Fine. Okay, I'll accept that as an answer.
So you get blisters and spots and a fever. So you get blisters all over your face,
And your
hands,
hands.
and your mouth, and
your lobes.
in my case, my award-winning buttocks as well. So They were on my award-winning buttocks too.
And the dick.
And not the dick.
The dick
Not
was
the
like,
dick.
yeah.
The dick
okay.
was safe this time.
What I don't understand about conditions like this, how can it just be on your bum?
I don't know.
Like, it's either, like... I wish we had a doctor on the show.
I just the idea of
So
like.
they were up the crack of my ass, but they did not reach round to the gooch or the
Yeah,
balls.
this is the thing. When do they know when to stop?
When do they
Yeah.
know?
How
Who
do
knows?
they know? Oh,
Yeah,
this
how
is his bum.
how is the skin on your ass substantially different?
Well,
It must be.
Yeah,
that's a loaded question, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
Because of the award-winning nature.
the award-winning, Gloucestershire's worst ass. 2014, 15, and 16.
Gloucester's wettest ass.
yeah. So like,
So the boy caught it. Is
Yeah.
the upshot of it this time, and then I did.
yeah,
You fool!
that's for downside.
That's the downside. What is the upside?
What is the
The boy got it. You said the upshot, so I was
the
like,
upshot? No, the upshot, not the upside.
yeah.
So literally the last week I've had it. So I had a fever initially, and then the spots started, and they started on the lobes.
Your
They started
ears.
there.
Yeah.
Weirdly, they started on my lobes. My lobes went tingly, and I started going. Oh,
I don't like
No,
that.
I don't like
One
it.
spot on each lobe.
I don't like that. Many blisters.
Not a lot of space on the lobes.
many blisters on each lobe.
I'll
Eventually,
tell you this though, for free, as a biologist,
yeah,
your lobes,
this'll be good.
your hands, and your ass,
yeah.
extremities.
Wow.
Wow, that's yeah.
Is
you
a
need
lobe
biologist
is a
to
lobe
tell
an
us that.
is a lobe an
Hey,
extremity?
if I want a picture of an ass,
I'm talking this dangly bit at the
I
bottom
could
of my
draw a good
eardrum.
ass.
yeah, that's a lobe.
I wouldn't
That's not-
consider an ass an extremity.
Well, it's. I mean, like,
It's on the outermost.
if you think from your body's perspective, all it cares about is your head, your lungs, your heart, maybe.
Anything beyond that is
It feels
extremity.
Yeah.
pretty extreme when I'm having a
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like extreme sport.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you
yeah.
know-
Oh, yeah. We know
oh,
what
we
you're saying.
know.
Yeah, we know. What you're
Oh, I've
Yeah.
been there. Don't you worry. My lobe, I wouldn't say is an extremity.
Well, it's like it's not doing much.
I guess your ears could be considered to be extremities.
But
But
blood
I feel
flow
like
is minimal.
the mouth bit, it was extended beyond the mouth to the whole face and lobes.
Did you
Okay.
have any inside the mouth?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, I had
that's not
ulcers.
fun.
I had ulcers.
Yeah.
that sucks.
What about the ass?
What do you mean?
Inside?
Inside,
Inside
the
my
crack?
ass. Inside the crack of my ass,
Did
certainly.
you have any anus related
No
issues?
anus, no sphincter problems. Again, how does it know?
Phew.
Few, I guess.
But I cannot emphasise this enough. Everywhere else, quite uncomfortable.
Sure.
Sitting
Yeah.
down was a challenge, I guess.
Yeah.
No, the sitting down was all right.
Did they
Picking
hurt?
things. What hurt?
If I pressed one of them,
You know
would it hurt?
the spots. Did they hurt?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
If you flicked one,
yeah, and well, even picking up a spoon with my hands over a couple
spoon?
of days. Yeah, yeah.
picked up spoons.
What do you mean?
Forks.
What's so shocking about that?
picked a
Oh, any fucking cutlery, John.
What about a pencil?
Yeah. Anything that had
Chopstick.
anything that had a texture to it.
Crocodile clip.
Yeah, all of that.
Anything with a texture.
Anything with a texture.
So we have embossed spoon handles
fucking how the other half live.
I know, right?
Yeah.
in my house in Mayfair.
Embossed spoon handle.
And so every time I took one out of the dishwasher, it was like ah
Put it away.
for a
What
couple
kind
of
of egg?
days. Huh?
Eggs don't really have a texture.
No, egg would have been fine.
What about
Yeah,
egg would
An
have been fine, yeah.
But
Egg
I
would have
was picking stuff up in a way that suggested I'd burnt my hands because
Wow.
I had blisters all over them.
Maybe you
But-
shouldn't have been picking stuff up.
Maybe I shouldn't have been, but I'm just such a
You
good
know,
husband.
you know what? Drafts would have hurt.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
have
You're constantly picking stuff up in drafts.
that would have hurt.
What if instead of
I'm
using your
such a good
fingers,
husband though that I was like, no, I must empty the dishwasher.
Ah!
I won't moan about it.
No.
I did.
what if you just pick stuff up using your buttocks? Oh no, damn it!
no.
Couldn't have
You
done
also-
it.
you
And my
also-
my toes had blisters in between them.
Your toes. Oh,
Yeah,
that's not
all
fun.
of
Not
that.
your feet though,
My feet had some.
but more on the toes.
More in the toes.
How did that
so-
affect your training for the ultra marathon?
There'll be. There'll be. Oh dear. There'll be no orphanage this year. I'll tell the children. But the worst bit of it, by far, was being unable to sleep because of my painful lobes. Despite all of that,
What, lying on your head on the side?
lying
or
on my
what?
Yeah.
side, I did not sleep last Friday night
painful lobes.
because of my painful lobes, and I kept itching them, scratching them, singing off key. But there's still, the listener can't see this, but you might be able to. There's still some
They are a little red and a little perhaps swollen.
swollen and that kind of thing. That's a week later.
Well, thankfully,
I had to develop some kind of lobe ring.
lobe ring.
So if you like fracture your ass, you have to sit on a ring.
Oh, like when
Yeah.
you're having a massage and you put your face in a ring.
I had to fashion out of a tea towel. I had to fashion a ring to put my ear in so that my lobe wasn't flush on the cushion.
Bloody hell.
Well,
or
thankfully,
pillow.
your naturally flush complexion due to a year of alcohol abuse means that I can't really see any marks or blotches now. It's all
Well,
just
they're there.
it's all just
Let me
blending
tell you.
That was really
together,
kind of
yeah.
you, John. That was, yeah.
No, it's fine.
That was the most awful way of saying that I could possibly imagine.
Wait, okay,
Yeah.
I'll flip it. I'll say something bad about myself.
Okay.
When in the occasions where I've had a massage and you
Yeah.
have to put your face in the ring is never big enough for my.
Your face is big.
Yeah, my face is too big.
Well,
My
yeah.
fat
We knew your
face.
head was large,
Yeah.
but you've got a big
A
face.
big face as
Yeah.
well. The whole face doesn't fit through.
The whole face.
That's
I
a
don't think
shame.
your face is better fit through the hole.
No, but
It's not like extruding like Thomas the Tank Engine's head. You know?
likewise, it's not supposed to poke you in the eye. I suppose.
I suppose
both
that's true.
eyes.
Yeah.
Your eyes, nose, and mouth are supposed to be inside the hole.
When when you're
Yes.
lying down, going okay and relax, you shouldn't feel like you're about to dislocate your jaw because it won't fit.
No, that's
in
true.
the
You
hole.
shouldn't be feeling
No,
like
Yeah.
that is true.
So these horrible blisters you had,
Yes.
did
On
they
your
go
nose?
on the interior? Did they go down your throat?
No. They were just sort of around my mouth
What
area.
about up inside your ass?
Up inside my ass.
I think we've covered this.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about
We
it.
talk about the ass a lot. More than I thought. When I brought up earlobes, I didn't think we'd be talking about my ass quite so much.
Well, then you're very naive.
Yeah. I feel
Welcome to the show.
I do feel that like we are in the extremities department. I feel if you had leprosy, I reckon your earlobes and
Well,
your
I was-
ass would be the first to fall off.
But I went out the back field while I had this particular illness.
Is that a
Should've done
metaphor?
Well, no, no,
Died.
not. Is that a metaphor for my ass?
Yeah.
Could be. No, well, yesterday I went out the back and I told my Geordie,
Went out the back?
back field of my ass, and I told my Geordie neighbour,
We've all got one.
the Geordie man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've had a hand, foot, and mouth. Very contagious.
Very, oh.
And then
How
he
close
said,
was he?
well, he wasn't particularly. That's why I said I won't get too close to you.
Ah,
because I had this.
that's very good of you.
Do you say I know?
I know how
I'm
we.
contagious. That wasn't very good.
No, he didn't say that. He said,
Really?
He said, I'm so sorry.
His
Chris."
my dog nicked his dog's ball and brought it back over to me. And I went to pick it up to throw it back to him. He just went, I'll do it. I just went, oh, God. Oh, no.
I'll do it.
Yeah, so I was a bit like, oh, okay.
This is how it begins.
But I'm pretty sure I wasn't contagious yesterday. So,
Well,
and you better hope I'm not now.
Well, I was
God,
going to say,
fucking hope so,
what are
yeah.
your thoughts today?
I don't
Christ.
want
No,
all that.
I'm pretty.
I don't want
pretty
hurty lobes.
confident I'm fine. But yeah, I would recommend against catching that particular disease, which felt very old timely
Yeah.
Yes, it sounds like a pox.
in terms of the symptoms of it.
If you had had that in the medieval times,
Yeah, that's
they'd
what
have
I'm-
probably strapped a chicken to you
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and you'd be much better.
You
quicker.
would have been.
Oh,
Yeah.
within a couple of days, I'd have thought.
Do you what are your thoughts on croup?
Well, you asked me this before.
And I want to know again. That's a Victorian disease, like
I don't
croup.
know what croup is.
It's a bad cough.
Well,
Oh,
It's a
talk-
type of cough.
but you talk about medicines that come in like mysterious brown bowls.
Yeah.
You can go to an apothecary
Well,
even
you
now,
shouldn't.
and they'll just be
croup
like
medicine.
They'll just be like a little
croup
bowl.
tonic.
Yeah, it'll be like Newton's croup formula, and it's like, what the fuck is this?
Not buying it.
And you go, oh, I'll read the label. That'll add some clarity. It just goes, alleviates the symptoms of croup. Well,
And then the ingredients. Newton's croup formula. Yeah, no, I know.
I'm none the wiser.
It's like teriyaki, right? Have you ever looked at the ingredients of teriyaki?
Right, no.
It just says teriyaki.
Yeah.
You can't just. That's not. You can't. It doesn't come out of the earth. Like
It
that.
might be.
like in
does.
the Rakai.
Man flesh.
Mind flash. What is it? What is it?
It's not an element.
No,
You can't. You can't. Don't bullshit me.
don't. Yeah,
Anyway, back to my ass. Sorry,
sorry,
my
yeah.
lobes.
your lobes. Yeah,
Don't get blisters on your lobes.
yeah.
That's my advice
That's
to
good
you.
advice.
I think.
Words to
weird
live by.
ass
There were
disease.
literally maybe 4 or 5 blisters on each lobe.
I remember having chicken pox
Yeah.
when I was but a lad
A butter lad.
playing butter hockey, and and I remember being painted literally with a paintbrush by
Yeah.
my mum. That what's it called? Like chamomile lotion.
Chamomile.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, the reason I can
Painted.
remember this is because it was like a flashbulb memory. Because I looked in the mirror and I went, "Haha, mummy, I'm a snowman," because I was just white with chamomile lotion all over my body. I had that many marks.
Great. I cannot wait for chicken pox. Mercifully, I've already had it, but
Do you think
this
Can't wait for it. I love it.
no, I mean when he
What
has
a
it, it's
ride.
going to be a bloody.
that's
nightmare.
gonna
be a
finally
bloodbath.
that's gonna take the starch out of his sails. That's gonna knock him.
Yeah, that'll
down
knock
his
him
eyes.
down, won't it? I'll
Cocky
teach him a
little
thing or
bastard.
two.
Yeah.
But this time,
Character
obviously,
building.
this is the closest I will probably get to having chicken pox again. This particular thing.
Well,
I have a
He
friend
said, here we go.
who got
Here we go.
oh bollocks.
Someone's going to tell me I'm going to get chicken pox.
When
now.
you get
Poxy
chicken
bollocks.
pox as an adult, what's it called?
yeah, it's
Shingles.
Shingles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He had shingles.
I don't want
That's
shingles.
the end
Shingles
of the story.
is bad.
How would I catch shingles?
Well, it's, if you get chicken pox as an adult.
Oh.
It means you haven't got the immunity, I guess.
Oh, I'm fucking better. Jesus.
I know I won't get it because I was a snowman.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't.
I definitely had it as a kid.
Yeah.
I better fucking hell if I get shingles.
They say it's worse.
Oh. You'll
be
Worse as an adult though. Like
I bet
shingles.
it
It
is.
can
shingles.
kill you, apparently, as an adult.
Jesus.
Can't kill a child, weirdly, but it can kill an adult.
That's weird.
I have this big thing about like random ways of dying that I would find annoying, and like I feel like
Shingles.
a tree falling on you. I think is perhaps one of the stupidest ways to die.
Why? Why?
Because it's so random. It's like you could have lived like
Oh, I see,
such
yes.
a competent, safe,
Fulfilling.
managed life, and if a tree falls on you, it's like,
What-
what the fuck are you supposed to
What
do?
am I supposed to do about that?
You get a second where you're like, Jesus, a tree.
Yeah, thanks.
That's it. Bang.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Go
true,
on.
actually. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, but like I feel like shingles would be like shingles.
Shingles?
I'd be annoyed.
Yeah.
No, you would.
I'd be in the hospital bed going, fucking shingles.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is what takes me.
Yeah. Scrumpy. What's this about? Yeah.
Yeah. Croup.
Croup. They had good
Not
names.
croup.
Croup
Anything
at
but
this
croup.
age.
They
Yeah.
had good names for
Old
diseases.
diseases have
Yeah.
better names than they do now.
Scabies.
Yeah.
Scabies is good. It
That's
sounds
a good,
bad.
That's a good
They're
one.
more, I feel like they're more
evil.
sciencey now, whereas back then they were probably like a description of what they were.
Hand,
Yeah.
foot, and mouth is a bit of a shit name.
It's
Because
very accurate though.
all it tells you is the
But, well-
places to expect the symptoms, but it
Yeah.
doesn't tell you what they are.
No.
Chicken pox is a weird one. What's it got to do with chickens?
That's a good
Well, it
question.
must have something to do with
Maybe
chickens.
people thought, I don't know, like
Maybe
not,
chickens used to look like that.
not eating enough chickens
Spotty
did it.
chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
They might have had polka dot chickens.
Yeah.
I guess.
I
That's a chance of it.
don't even know what makes it a pox. Like
Yeah.
a pox.
There's a few different poxes, aren't there?
Yeah.
Smallpox.
Cowpox. That was a thing.
Does
Cowpox.
pox just mean spots?
Maybe it does.
Maybe it does.
That's how they old Jenner, I think local boy. I think that's how he
Oh yeah, the pasteurizing guy.
Yeah,
Was that him?
no, he
No.
No, you
No,
muppet.
fuck
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
idiot.
Nick.
Come on, get with it.
He was local to Cooltown. I think it was like cowpox was a milder form of smallpox.
That's right. And he worked out about injections.
Yeah,
didn't he?
and he realised
Yeah, live injections.
if you rub yourself on a scab of
On
a
an
like
udder.
a healthy
Oh yeah.
person, an unhealthy person, you can like
Oh, I see.
stave
get
off
the shitter
small.
version and stave off the,
Yeah.
the bad version.
Oh.
I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it.
Smallpox is still in storage at Boscombe Down, which is near Salisbury, which is my hometown.
Ah,
And so if ever that got broken into,
that's good to know.
yeah, smallpox would be re-released
Yeah.
again. into the world.
Oh, wonderful.
And that's a
I
killer.
think
Yeah.
I'm going to say something stupid now, but
Cool.
it's our podcast, so we can say whatever we like. I think like the
This
last
is our truth.
wasn't something like the last recorded death from smallpox was like in 1974 or something like
Yeah,
that.
it was quite recent, I think.
And wasn't
yeah.
it like it was somebody working in a lab
Oh no.
where they were studying smallpox?
Oh,
But
guys.
she wasn't in the lab. She was like upstairs and 2 doors down.
Really?
And it floated up.
They realised there was like a ventilation
Oh,
shaft or
God.
something.
That sucks.
that really
That's like a
sucks.
tree
That's
falling on
that's
you.
a
Yeah.
way to go.
I would take the tree at that point.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I reckon I can take
I think
that
I
tree.
would take the tree. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awful.
That
Imagine
sucks.
that. Someone's getting sued for that.
Someone's getting fired.
Yeah, someone's having a bad day.
Yeah. Well, I've got hate.
He's
Go
got
on.
hate.
Kids don't know how good they have it.
This
Oh,
is,
here we
this
go.
is true.
Well,
Kids
we-
of this era.
This is
Well,
true.
good news, folks. We're no longer relevant.
I saw a child. Right.
yeah.
He must have been. Let's charitably say he was 5.
17.
Okay.
Sorry,
5 and a
5.
half.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, and he was in a little electric car. Right.
Oh.
Remember those? Now they existed when we were kids,
Yeah.
but they were crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Right. And it was like it looked like a little Land Rover, but it was made for one toddler.
Okay.
Basically, right? Little electric car. But get this,
Get this.
he wasn't even driving it. Right? He was sat in it,
Yeah.
and his dad was walking behind him with a remote control, like a remote control car,
Lazy.
like a radio control car.
Pricks.
And his dad was driving the little car that his son was in.
Yeah.
Right? Get this, there's another layer.
What's the point?
The kid in the car, he's bored.
He's not having a good time.
He's on YouTube on an iPad.
Oh,
He's on
God.
his iPad, right? Because it's in his little rubbery.
Imagine,
Little
fucking!
case.
Imagine having rented this car.
So-
Bought this car.
Yeah, Dad's bought him this awesome
Oh,
little
God.
electric Land Rover, which
This
probably
is my
costs
nightmare.
like
Yeah.
300 quid, right? He doesn't even have to drive it. Layer 2, doesn't have to drive it. Dad's driving it. Layer 3, not enjoying it.
Here's the thing.
Layer 4, watching Mr. Beast. Layer 5,
No.
bored of that.
Here's-
His eyes were closing. He was drifting off
Yeah.
in his little electric car
Yeah.
with his iPad with Mr. Beast on.
It wasn't Mr. Beast.
You might as well.
I don't know.
If you're going to give him an iPad anyway, you might as well put him in a wheelbarrow.
Yes.
He didn't.
There's
this
no
is what
point
I mean.
There's no point having the car.
He had it all, right? I do my work, my professional human work, my boy work.
Where's my wheelbarrow?
I do that on an iPad,
Yeah.
and that's my world, right?
Yeah.
That's everything.
He's barely doing anything with it.
He's
just watching YouTube.
He's sat in a little
Squandering.
electric Defender,
Squandering all that
squandering
talent.
his iPad, all that power that machine can
Yeah.
do. He's watching what, like I don't know, Logan Paul,
Yeah.
like drink a can of Prime. I don't know. Twice on a live stream, but he's falling asleep because he's bored of that.
At that point, though,
That does
isn't
sound
like
boring.
It does sound boring, to be fair.
isn't your child just an expensive paperweight? Like if they're in a car that you're driving,
I know.
and they're
Oh,
just
God.
watching.
And I looked at Dad. Dad looked miserable.
Now here's the
Dad
thing.
wasn't even enjoying the remote control part. I'd be enjoying that.
Yeah,
Could do power slides. in
I
that.
think I'd quite like doing that. But
It was very slow though.
Hey, let's.
if I'm buying an electric vehicle
Vehicular.
for the boy at some point, and probably won't even do that.
Yeah.
Because, who can afford that?
Well, he's only going to be.
He's driving it himself.
Oh,
Let me
100%.
let me tell you, I am not driving it for him.
He's only going to be the right size to fit in that, and by that I mean big enough to control it.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have to control it, but not too big to
Yeah.
not fit in it anymore. That's probably a year at best.
I feel that way about shoes.
Yeah. There's no point in buying a little electric car for a kid. He'll
No.
grow out of it before he even knows he's got it.
Oh God.
What a sad tableau you've just painted.
I know.
Yeah.
I was in a park as well. He was in a park where there were things like swings
Yeah.
and slides and climbing frames. Didn't do any of
Yeah.
that. He was just with his miserable dad in his miserable car with his miserable iPad.
That sounds awful.
Being miserable.
I feel if you could
That sounds awful.
if you could any scenario where you could replace the child with a potted plant and have the same result,
Yes.
ask yourself, you know what, dear? Let's take the begonia for a walk
Yes.
around the
In
park.
the electric Defender
In the
with an
electric,
iPad.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be like, maybe we shouldn't.
Maybe we
You know,
shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I think the real like mayonnaise on top really was Dad not enjoying it as well.
Yeah, if Dad had been like having the time of his life,
Like
yeah.
controlling a little RC car.
Yeah.
Like doesn't matter that his son's in it. Doesn't matter that his son's not enjoying it. Doesn't matter that his son's watching Mr. Beast. None of those things. He's just having a fun time. But he wasn't even enjoying it.
No,
It's been more-
I find that bizarre.
I'm actually coming around to this. I think this is such
They're more thing decadent.
this is such a despicable display of modern life. Like, is there a grimmer modern spectacle?
It's like the perfect metaphor for where we are as a country, society, and civilization.
It's funny, the kid's probably holding his hand out while his dad feeds him snacks
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, there may as well have been a funnel in his
Yeah.
mouth, and they were just dropping Watsits into it.
I just like
That's so strange as an image.
I
The
know.
guy controlling the car while the kid watches YouTube.
It's mad, isn't it?
Don't bother with the car.
Like, don't even take the kid out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like everything about it. Like, I remember as a kid seeing those little cars. I'd go to Toys R Us and I'd see them on the shelves, and they were like 200, 300 quid or whatever.
Yeah.
And you charge a battery, and it would take a night to charge it because our batteries were shit back then. And then you'd get 15 minutes of playtime on it. And I remember
Yeah.
thinking, God damn, I want one of those.
Yeah.
And they were shit. Like, and they are shit. They're still shit. But I wanted one as a kid because of the novelty of it.
Yeah.
And I would have played with that like a crazy little bastard. I'd
Oh, yeah.
played with it so much until it was dead. And I would have loved it. He couldn't even love it. He
didn't
and he
even
didn't
love it.
even have to
Didn't even
control
love
it.
it.
That's the wildest
Yeah.
thing about it.
I just our endless capacity for misery
I know.
is like, oh my god, we just want more.
And we just want more that we do nothing with.
It's
It's
the
just,
attitude
Yeah.
that stuff will make everything all right, which I don't like.
and,
Just
and it's
stuff.
clearly apparent that it's not.
Just stuff.
From that little
Excuse
that little
stuff.
diorama that I witnessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty bleak,
Oh.
that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is bleak.
No, I was coming around to it as like, like let's hang this in the Tate. Like
I mean-
that's just like a perfect.
Yeah, actually, I should have filmed it and then we could.
Yeah, but now I'm just
There's another way
sad.
to look at it. I've just
Here we go.
realised.
Here we go.
Oh, here we
Which is like, what if there's an adult? Now, if there was a little car just the right size for me,
Yeah.
adult, 38-year-old
Yeah.
Nick, right?
Yeah.
I'm sat in my little electric car. Ali's controlling it,
Oh,
right?
and she's miserable.
And she's miserable. Yeah, she has to be miserable.
You're
for this-
watching Mr. Beast.
for this fancy one. I'm watching my favourite, I don't know what, TV
Whatever
show,
it is,
right,
yeah.
on my iPad, falling asleep because I'm very tired, because
Yeah.
I've done a hard day's work.
Yeah.
That sounds quite lovely. Being
Then-
driven around.
But then, where would your car go? Would it go on the main road?
This little car that I'm
Yeah.
in.
Or would
No,
it
no,
just-
no, no,
it'd
no,
just
no,
be
no.
in the park?
No.
Hopefully the park.
No.
That'd be
okay.
nice.
No, the pavement, but it's a very wide car.
yeah,
It's
We
very
can't-
wide,
yeah.
and it's very strong.
It's just on an angle because it's half of it's on the road, half
Yeah.
is on the pavement.
If I hit someone, they'll
Yeah.
die.
Oh yeah, it's a
It only
proper
does
car.
2 miles an hour, but it'll kill them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It'll just pull them through the gearbox.
Yeah. It's a proper car. Yeah.
It's geared so high
Yeah.
that it will kill you.
Just in an instant. Yeah. Oh dear.
No, not an instant at all. It's really slow.
Oh, it's
really
takes
slow.
a good half hour.
Yeah, it kills very slowly, but
Yeah.
very
Oh my
effectively,
God.
very profoundly.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
No, actually, I don't want it either. For me, either. I don't want it.
No,
No,
how
I don't.
sad.
I'm sad. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
guys. It's a big hate, that one. Oh, I really hated it. I
Yeah, I
hated
know.
everything about it. I hated about society.
Yeah.
I hated them, specifically the two of them.
Lucy and I had a little holiday a couple of weeks ago. First holiday in
Oh.
a very long time. And we went up to North Wales. It was very wet and very grey. And I remember it was like first day. We made a packed lunch because I'm on this weird ass medical diet at the moment. And it was this bit where we had a great holiday. I don't want to make this sound like we didn't have a great holiday. But like it started chucking it down.
Nice.
And it was lunchtime. And so we sat in a parked car, eating a packed lunch, staring at like a harbour where the sea was out.
Nice.
So it's just
no water to look at.
just mud.
Mud and boats.
And we're eating a packed lunch in the rain. And I had this moment where I thought, this is the most quintessential British holiday you could imagine. Like, the idea that we would seek this out
Yeah,
for
yeah.
fun.
This is your.
Yeah.
You've paid
Yeah.
and travelled
Yeah.
to this specific moment.
Yeah.
And I thought about so many moments in my life where, like, we've had family holidays
Yep.
which have involved sitting in a car
Yep.
Yeah.
in a Mac. You know, you're wearing a Macintosh. You open, like, you know, a bit of foil. It was like a claggy,
Very
ham
claggy,
and,
yeah.
ham and cheese
And
sandwich.
you're hot and wet because
Yeah.
you've
Yeah.
gotten wet and you've gotten in the car and now your condensation
hot and wet and
central.
scratchy. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the worst combination.
And you've got a hot wet sandwich and
That's
a hot
the
wet
worst
body.
combination.
And
of all.
you're eating the claggiest sandwich you've ever
How is the sandwich on wet already?
And I remember when I used to have those clags, those little claggy sandwiches, and I would put crisps in the sandwich.
Yeah.
Because it would slightly declag it.
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah,
otherwise
yeah.
it would just get stuck to the roof of my mouth. And like the only
Yeah.
way I can break this up is to put crisps in it. So I'll get my salt and shake
Did
out.
you have a nice holiday? Yeah.
Yeah, well, we all smile and go, yeah, we did.
Yeah, we had a lovely time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
And you could never be honest. Like, no one in that car could speak up and go, this is fucking shit.
Miserable, isn't it?
We did better at home.
Just go home. No one will say it.
No one would say, shall we just go home?
Holidays are just a game of chicken. It's like
Yeah.
who will break first, and nobody does.
So true.
It's just,
Particularly in this country.
I just feel like our endless capacity for misery.
We are very good at it.
And to be happy.
As a species, as a British species,
Yeah.
we are so good at going, better than working it.
True story. I was sorting through some old notebooks of mine.
Oh yes.
And I randomly picked up one, God knows when it was, at some point in the last decade. And I opened to page 1, and I had written in my hand a quote, and it just said, man on train. And the quote said, I'm much happier being miserable. You know where you stand with misery.
I think that should be hung in the tape. Like that's Britain to a perfect T. We are a lot happier when we're miserable because I know exactly what he means. I know where I stand. Like I don't trust it when I'm happy. I don't trust it when things are going well.
No.
Something's up, something's around the corner.
Oh,
If
wow.
I'm miserable, I'm
Yeah.
at rock bottom. Can't go lower than that.
This is a weird trick. Why? Who's pulling this? Who's trying to get a fast one on me?
Yeah, exactly. If I'm slightly feeling like crap, probably everything's good.
When everything's good, it's like it can only go wrong now.
Yeah,
exactly.
It can only go wrong.
We've
When
got
everything's
capacity
bad,
to
you're just
go
like,
down.
oh well, at least things can only get better.
It's only up from here, isn't it?
Probably won't be though.
Yeah,
Probably won't be.
probably just stay the same.
That's the thing. We don't really want it to go up.
No, God, no.
Because they're going to be
no,
back
no.
in scary territory.
Oh,
Yeah.
then
Fuck that.
it's unpredictable after
Yeah,
that point.
danger
isn't it?
zone.
Yeah.
Don't know where you stand.
I've got a hate,
Oh
Yeah.
God.
and actually, this is quite in theme with just misery and shit.
Oh, good. I like that.
It's the return of an old friend.
Oh yeah.
It's Every.
Oh.
But wait, rip off the mask. It's My Hermes.
Oh, but no, it's not. It's Every now.
The nation's most disappointing delivery service.
Oh dear.
And they're all pretty bad.
They are all pretty bad.
Everyone's got a story about one of the delivery services.
Yeah.
But no delivery service is quite as unanimous with its misery stories as Every.
It's unreal. If you flipped a coin,
Yes.
if they said to you, now, sir, you have an option. We can hand your parcel over to My Hermes, a legitimate company, to deliver it to you. Or you can flip this coin.
Yeah.
And if it comes up tails, we'll just smash your item here.
Yeah, in
You
front
know?
of you.
Yeah, in front of you, yeah.
Yeah.
I, like...
If you pick the coin,
Yeah.
you would have a greater chance of delivery.
It is absolutely unreal.
Every are...
How is it? How is it?
I can't believe
kinda
how
know the
objectively
answer to
bad
this.
they are.
But yeah, how is it that company has risen to the top of their game? Though?
Well,
It's
A,
mad.
they're not at the top. Because
Yeah.
but they're well known.
No, well, like before they rebranded from Hermes, they were rated the worst
Yeah.
delivery company in the UK, and the margin was something like 50%
But people
between
still
them and the
use
next
them.
highest. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's infuriating. And then they rebranded because of that.
Yeah.
Because of that survey that put them at the bottom. They rebranded to get rid of the old bad
Yeah.
name,
Still as
and
well.
instantly they fucked it.
And what I love is that
Oh.
they go, guys, serious meeting. Get the board members in here.
They're on to board.
My Hermes.
They were 3 days late.
Yeah, it's just a teddy bear and a dead fish. 2 grains of salt. This'll do, I guess. Let's go.
And they're like, we've got a serious image problem. My Hermes. Like, we've tanked the brand. Like, no.
My Hermes, your Hermes.
Just keep smash cutting to the bear and the fish. Sir, we need to make a decision.
Eye falls out.
You wait your turn.
Who are you talking to? The bear.
We've got a serious image problem, right?
Right.
We need a major rebrand.
Yeah.
Here's where I'm at.
Tell me.
Every. And they go, this is it. New era. New dawn.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Go turn it around. New website. Should we pay to rebrand the vans? Nah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
That
it.
sounds expensive.
So I love that in the year of our Dark Lord 2024, you can still just go down a motorway and see My Hermes vans like a bad stink. It's just there.
you can't get rid of it.
You can't escape
The thing
it.
is, by the time it turns up at your house, it's too late anyway.
Yeah. So,
Who cares what the vans look like?
so my fun thing is
Here we go.
my thing. Listen to me. I ordered a picture frame.
Oh, lovely.
John's first mistake.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Now, now traditionally, like
First mistake.
traditionally picture frames,
It's possible for them to arrive in the post.
they contain glass.
Well,
Traditionally,
Traditionally,
in
they
this
do.
in
Not
this
always.
in this modern world, they don't always. Could be plastic.
Could be plastic.
I
I'm
wasn't
pretty
fussy.
sure that one next to you is plastic, and we bought you that.
Yeah,
There you
and
go.
that looks great.
Looks great.
Nothing
fine.
wrong with
Doesn't need
that.
to be glass.
Yeah. So I wasn't expecting, plastic. I'm fine. Wasn't expecting much.
No.
Easy. So they say, okay, it's going to get here Wednesday.
Oh, sure.
Definitely Wednesday.
Wednesday,
This
yeah,
was like, I don't know, a Sunday evening. I'm like, okay, cool. Not in a hurry. I can wait. And then you go, Monday, get a little notification. It's been dispatched. Oh, Max,
That might be early.
that's ahead of the curve.
Coming early.
I bet that. Oh gosh, what good service! I bet that'll be arrived.
John's
early.
second mistake. Getting his hopes up.
You go, click here to see updates.
Yeah.
You go, oh, that's interesting.
You want to get a life, John?
It seems that
Just watching all these updates from Every.
It seems that Every. That's the first mention of Every.
Do, 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 do.
Gosh. Now, if it said My Hermes, I'd be alarmed. But Every,
Post the rebrand.
it's a new company.
It's
It's a new dawn.
Should be fine.
It's a new door. Anything's possible.
Turn it all around.
Anything. Who knows? Maybe it'll turn up. And I'm like, and then,
That's a coin.
and then I get a notification going like, your parcel will be delivered by the end of Tuesday. And I'm like, my God.
Wow.
They said Wednesday at first.
That's great.
This is incredible.
24 hours early.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Anyway, I'm just going about my business. It's a Tuesday.
Yeah, it's
you know,
Tuesday.
and I'm like,
I'm looking at the app.
I'm looking at the app, and I'm like,
Where's
God.
my fucking
And I'm like,
parcel?
oh gosh, well, it got until 10 p.m. to deliver, but who knows? Maybe it'll turn up in the afternoon at some point.
Yeah,
You never
yeah.
know. And I'm like, haven't heard anything.
No.
haven't, you know, no one's rung the bell or anything.
No.
You
No,
know
no,
what?
no.
I'm just going to check the porch.
That's a
on,
good
an,
idea.
on an absolute whim.
I do that
I'm
sometimes.
passing by the porch, open the porch. Oh, it's here.
Oh,
That's kind of weird.
It's a bit weird they didn't announce it.
Yeah, and according to the app, it hasn't been delivered.
Interesting.
But that's kind of cool. Pick it up. Oh, no. Like,
I'm just ordering a jigsaw puzzle.
0 to 60, like picking up the parcel and just hearing what in hindsight sounded just picking up what in hindsight sounded remarkably like a lot of broken glass sliding around in a
Oh, I
box.
shouldn't think of this.
Oh gosh, and I'm like, well, you know what? I like to see the best in people.
yeah.
That's probably the screws. And
Yo,
like, you know,
yeah,
but,
or the
but,
silicone
yeah,
gel.
It's,
Oh,
probably,
God.
it's probably not glass. It's
probably not glass,
It's probably
is
not
it?
glass.
I clickety clank.
Let's open this parcel.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm trying to be fine.
Yeah.
I really shouldn't have like opened it above my head.
Yeah.
With my eyes open.
So, given that like the only acceptable amount of broken glass is 0, what can only be described as a lot of broken glass just fell out of the parcel.
Yeah.
Like this thing, this thing has been obliterated.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%
Yeah.
of the glass
What's been going on
Yeah.
in that
is
van?
atomized.
And what's and
It's
again
sand again.
and again. It's,
Back to sand.
An umbrella falls out. Parasol.
and again, you have to ask yourself: this was so obviously, clearly broken.
Yes.
Like maybe like.
The fact that they knew.
The guy.
Yeah,
still
it was
left-
not
still
like,
left it.
gosh, I've delivered this safely to Mr.
Well, I'll tell you why
Yeah.
I didn't hear from him, John, because he didn't want to have to deal with you.
Well, exactly,
When you heard
yeah.
the noise.
Oh,
when he
shit,
turned
you're
up.
so right. He had it in his hand. He heard it
He
broken.
knew
knew
it
it was
broken.
fucked.
You're so right.
Yeah,
He
you know,
knew it-
bang
he
on,
knew it was
bang on the
broken.
head. Yeah, and he was like,
Fuck, I
I'm
didn't
just
even
gonna,
think of that.
Yeah, so they leave it like a ghost in the night. Just leave this sack of broken glass like on the door,
It's like a threat.
and I'm like, I can't do shit with this. This is broke. And then of course, you know, I don't get the notification it's been
No.
delivered until like 8 p.m. at night.
Yeah.
So like 5 hours later or something like that. I'm like, oh yeah, well. Anyway, I'm like, well, this is bullshit. This is gonna be a bit of a side story now. So I
Sure.
said, you know what, I'm gonna put in. I just want a refund.
Yeah.
You know, nonsense. Put it in for a refund, but like just bag it up, send it off. You know, whatever.
It's hard to bag up.
Bag
but
up that
I'll
way.
try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll just say, other brands are available. They aren't, but this is on Amazon.
Right.
You know, so I'm like, I'll bag it up, send it back, whatever.
Yeah.
And Amazon's like, cool. We've got your refund request, blah, 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 blah. The moment you send it, we'll process the refund. Great. Anyway, what's that in my inbox a little while later, after I put in the refund request? It's the seller.
Oh.
Yeah, and they go, hey,
Hey, bro.
Hey,
buddy.
Hey there.
hey,
buddy.
oh, we're so sorry to hear
Yeah.
that your item
was
didn't-
smashed to bits.
Yeah, and they're like, would you like us to send you an immediate replacement? You know, no cost to you. We'll just send you a replacement. I'm like,
Not if it's by every.
and I go, well,
Well,
will it be by every?
Oh, right. Nice.
Open brackets, my Hermes,
Yeah.
close brackets.
Yeah.
I have zero faith in their ability to deliver this in one piece. And I said, you know what? I'd love a replacement.
Yeah.
However, if it turns up fucked, I'm
I
paraphrasing.
will. I will be.
Yeah.
I will be.
I don't want to cancel
suing
my
you.
request for a refund, and then you send me another sack of glass. It's like, can I put in if I cancel my request, like, you know, where are we going to go with there?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I'd
yeah,
love
yeah,
I'd
yeah,
love
yeah.
a. I'm
Can't
like-
do this on your word
There's
alone.
a terrible but likely scenario
Yeah,
here where
yeah.
we're all fucked.
And I'm like, I'd love a replacement, but where do we go from here? Anyway, you know, send, click.
Splend.
2 seconds later, response from from Stuart as opposed to like Dave.
Right.
Goes, great. I've triggered this button here to send you a replacement item. Now, if you could just go into the Amazon backend and cancel your
Yeah.
No, I literally just said
cancel your
today-
request for a
that
refund.
pesky refund request.
That'd be great. So I waited 4 to 5 hours before responding. So my refund has actually been processed I've received a refund.
Oh.
And the shattered item has been collected.
Good.
And is heading back to you right now.
And you don't have a replacement yet.
Yeah, so I said there is no need for a replacement. However, because I was annoyed, I did wait 4 to 5 hours.
Yes.
And he had said, great,
Yeah.
I've filled in the
hit the
box
button
here,
already.
so your replacement should be with you in 3 to 5 days. And I waited a few hours before I went back and said, I don't need a replacement, actually, and you've already refunded me, so happy days. So who knows? Maybe another sack of glass is going to turn. I don't know.
So we don't know yet.
Don't know.
Could happen.
I just wait to see.
I'm excited.
Crock of shit.
But you have got your refund.
I got my refund.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I mean,
Normally they don't make you send it back.
well,
Sometimes they do. Sometimes I think
sometimes
it depends
they
if
don't,
it's
do
a
they?
Amazon Marketplace seller or not.
Sometimes, because I got a free fan because it was cracked. And they were like,
fan?
just fucking keep it and we'll send you another one. And they
Yeah.
said we would encourage you not to use it, but I do.
yeah,
So,
because
yeah.
Oh, damn right you do.
I can't afford multiple fans.
No.
yeah, but you don't want it like
So
exploding.
no, exactly. The
A
boy
blade
gets the good
fly.
one and we get the crack one.
Yeah,
So there you go.
That makes sense.
That's the way it goes in the summer.
yeah.
We've had that years now, that fan.
Happy days.
It's only caused a couple of fires, so
You put them out.
Yeah, put them
using
out.
the
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and,
very
and,
easily.
And then one time the blade did fly out and cut you on the chin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's a tower fan actually.
Oh sure, yeah.
but
So
I
it
like
was-
the joke.
it was the dick, wasn't it? Yeah.
yeah.
So I just like it is so. Yeah. Anyway, every
They are bad.
thunderingly awful.
Really,
it's
yeah,
quite
really,
spectacular.
Really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Good. Yeah, great. No, I'm sure they're going to do well as a business. I think they'll catch on.
Anyway, who's got loves?
It's too late now. Yeah, go on.
Here we go.
So I'm far too busy to source my own loves,
Interesting.
and therefore Liz has come to me with a love,
Oh my
Oh,
god.
very good.
and I have.
We've reached that point.
I decided to
we
claim-
can't do our own.
I've decided to claim it as my own. No, she said to me. She told me this story, and I thought it was funny, so I thought I'd bring it to you.
Sure.
It's actually what happened.
Twilight years of the pod.
So, have you heard of the Conquer Championships?
Oh, I've heard this story, I think. I'll let you tell it.
I know the context of Conkers.
Yeah.
That is all I know.
So there's a championship they run every year.
We've talked about Conkers on air before, but
Oh,
do you just
sure.
want to explain Conkers quickly?
Conkers grow on trees.
What is a Conker?
No, the game.
What is a conker?
Yeah, explain it.
It's like a nut.
The
Okay.
chestnut.
It's like a nut.
It's a big round-
grows on a conker tree.
A horse chestnut. It's a big round nut.
Yep.
Big round
And-
nut.
Grows in a big spiky pod. Comes
Yeah.
out,
Spiky pod.
and then you like put them in the oven, put them in vinegar,
Those
drill,
are illegal moves,
drill a
for
hole
sure,
in it,
yeah.
Yeah.
and
Put it on a string.
knock the shit out of someone
You
else's
are
conker.
doing such a bad job of explaining this.
Why?
Nick, take over.
Okay, Conkers is a game that was started on the playground. Kids played it, but it's become a national championship thing
Yeah.
where you get a conker off a tree, you drill a hole in it, you put it on a string like
Yeah.
a yo-yo,
Yeah.
and then you swing it
Yeah.
and bash someone else's conker on a string,
Yeah.
and then they have a turn to bash yours until one of them breaks, and
That's
then
what
the
I
one that
said.
breaks loses.
It's one of the most wholesome
said.
sports.
Yeah,
in the world.
1930s England, like
Yeah.
grammar school
It's
boys.
shrouded in controversy this year.
This year's nationals.
National Championship.
I don't know anything about this.
David Jakins.
David Jakins.
I've written it down here. Who's 82,
82.
has just won the championship.
And he's a judge.
And he's a judge.
What?
Controversy.
So he
How
knows
is that-
the organisers.
How is that allowed?
I'm not sure.
So, do you
He
want to
drills other people's conkers.
He drills other people's conkers, and he does the whole they're randomly selected the conkers at this championship, but he's one of the people who's in charge of the random selection.
But he also
process.
gets to play. Not sure how that
But he
works.
also
Wait.
gets to play.
Wait, so you don't have to bring a conker from home?
No,
No,
because
well,
that,
you'd think
you
so,
could have
wouldn't you?
soaked it in vinegar or oven cooked it or whatever. The
They've
fuck.
got, they're independently verified conkers.
Wait, are you honestly saying there's technique involved?
They are saying that.
That's what they're saying.
We're not saying
The conker people. Yeah, I didn't say anything. I was very
Plausible
careful.
deniability.
Because what I'm saying is, if you gave me a randomly assigned conqueror, I have as much chance as anyone as winning.
No.
Winning the. Oh no, wait, no.
I think.
Well, John,
It's all in the wrist.
that's very arrogant of you.
Yeah.
To say.
Imagine if John did just show up there and fucking win.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
That'd be
wouldn't it?
amazing. He's like, what skill is there to this? Kapow!
Anyway,
Ow!
David Jakins in the final,
82-year-old
and
judge.
throughout the tournament, having been part of the process to give out the conkers to people at random, his conker weirdly smashed every conker to smithereens
Incredible.
Was it
on
a
the
stone
first swing.
painted
Wow.
like a conker?
Well, you're
Oh.
not far off.
Get this.
What?
A steel conker
What?
was
Painted.
found about his person,
What?
painted brown.
To look like a little conker.
Now then, David Jakins assures everybody that it was just for humour purposes.
It was just a laugh.
and something funny for the children
Which I don't understand why.
He
That's
completely
funny.
denies that according to our lawyers, that he used the steel conker in the championship. It was just for comedy purposes.
Okay.
But the organisers, having initially dismissed these complaints, are now looking into it.
As an investigation.
There's a proper investigation.
What I do find funny is that if he did have a metal conker for humour purposes, why didn't he tell everyone he had a metal conker for humour purposes?
you would think so.
Because if he's hidden his little metal conker for
Yeah.
humour purposes, A, not a great joke, B, kind of looks like a crime.
And supposedly afterwards, he chucked a conker into the crowd. As
Oh my God!
And killed a small boy.
Yeah. But as if to say, here you go, son, you take up conkers.
And it wasn't the metal one.
in the future. Well, it says
Take
here.
up conkers in the future. Like, it's like a career.
So I've got a couple of sort of excerpts from the article here
Oh,
for
this
you.
is
Competitors who spoke to the Telegraph,
The Telegraph, John.
thought it suspicious Mr. Jenkins had, there's quotation marks around this, obliterated opponent's nuts in one hit.
It's a little suspicious,
And
I'd
then
say.
the chairman of the Conquer Association,
Oh.
Mr. Packer, defended Mr. Jenkins,
He'd never do that.
who's his mate,
yeah.
Oh, I see.
describing him
Also a
as,
judge.
as a heavy hitter. And that was in inverted commas as well.
Wink.
And explaining it was not unusual for conkers to be destroyed.
Yeah.
So I think it's jobs for the boys here.
I can speak to that. I used to play conkers at my school.
Oh yeah,
I had a 29er,
yeah. Oh,
which is to say it defeated 29 other conkers.
I found that.
That's
hard to
incredible.
believe. Yeah.
And they would explode. It was
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
I had an
Were
amazing
was it
conker.
actually a cricket ball?
Yeah.
On a...
was this your steel
It was a
conker?
basketball.
This was your steel from Mr. Jenkins.
Yeah, Mr. Jenkins gave it to me. And he gave me a little wink as well.
Yeah,
It's like,
he goes, there you go, son.
I love the idea of they said a steel conker.
Yeah.
Brown was found on his person.
His person.
How did
up his butt.
who was searching? Who goes? I
That's
need
a
to,
good point.
I do need
Yeah.
to frisk you, sir.
I will
do
need to
need
check
to-
the
yeah.
pockets.
Check you
Pockets
for-
are full of conkers.
Check you for metal conkers.
Yeah.
What I'd love to see the metal conker, and that hasn't been shown in any of these articles.
Yeah.
I don't think.
It's
Because
interesting.
conkers are very irregular. They're not like perfect spheres or anything. They kind of got a sort of like bean shape to them.
Yeah.
And it's like, did he make that shape
Yeah.
out of metal? Because it would be harder to make an irregular shape.
See, he's not denying the existence of this conker, just that
Yeah.
he used it in the
he
final.
didn't use it.
But also, they have a weird pattern on them. It's a
Yeah,
dark
it's like
brown.
a white lighter circle at the top.
Yeah,
isn't
then a
there? Yeah.
greyish circle.
But
So
you could easily paint that with Warhammer paint.
Yeah.
But then the paint would start to come off.
yeah,
wouldn't it?
but particularly the more you swing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
harder
maybe
you
he
swing.
was switching.
Yeah, maybe.
thing
Weirdly, he lost. So there's a male category and a female category.
Oh, of course.
And he was
yeah.
he was
Weird.
crowned King Conker
King Conker.
as the
Sounds like a Donkey
winner,
Kong
but he
villain.
then lost to the female winner, who was
Oh.
Queen Conker. So he lost to her in the mixed final.
So now
Oh.
it's a matriarchal
Oh,
society.
so the Conker.
So who knows what
At
he
least
used in
He'd
the
have
final.
swapped then.
Maybe
Yeah.
he'd already chucked his steel one into the crowd.
Killed the child.
Killed
Killed the child, yeah.
The thing is, now again,
Jeffrey, no.
I've never hosted a World Conker Championship. I would imagine.
Weird, I have.
I would imagine. Odd, strange flex. I would have imagined that. Okay, we're going to give everyone a randomly assigned conker.
Yeah.
There would probably be some aspect of we need to see you holding that conker, kind of at all times. You know what I mean? I don't understand how you can
Yeah, you would think.
say substitute a steel conker
I know.
and then just go whoops,
But
slip it into your
this
pocket.
thing doesn't have a lot of high definition cameras on it. It's just like in a
Maybe
field
he's
somewhere.
a magician.
So he could have just
Could be a
gone.
magician, yeah.
Hey,
If
look!
I-
Hey, look over there! And then
If
just
I
done
was
it
running
then.
the Conker National Championships, I would paint little numbers on all the Conkers.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You think it would be actually astonishingly easy
It'd be super easy.
to prevent people.
Because if you're going to go to the lengths of literally giving people registered Conkers,
Yes.
then clearly the reason you're doing that is to prevent cheating. Which probably means there's been cheating in the past, where
Yes.
people have vinegared or ovened or both
Yeah.
their Conkers. So if you're already in the game enough to think about that,
Yeah.
maybe you'd go a step further to make sure they're always
So to
using those registered
safeguard the
Conkers.
conkers. Yeah.
I never in my conker career, I never my conquer.
Conqueror, yes.
I
Your
never
conqueror.
my conquer.
Conquer.
I never vinegared a conker.
I cooked them. I used to cook them.
How long? What's the
Yeah,
secret?
what's the secret?
Oh, I don't know. I was never very successful, but I did used to cook them.
I just had a kick-ass conker.
Yeah.
Like most of the time, mine broke in like swing 2 or 3, but this one, like, I was like the talk of the fucking playground. with mine.
29er.
It was incredible.
Isn't it
29
Isn't
kills.
it amazing how much people look fondly on the Conquer Championships? So
And then
much,
it
so much so that now, like, Kay Burley's interviewing the chairman of this championship, going, "Will you be investigating? Is
Will
there
you?"
some suspicion around this man?" And the bloke's laughing as he's answering, going, "Yeah, some
Yeah.
suspicion." Who cares?
Wink.
It's just funny.
Who the fuck cares?
It's like she's treating it like he's a politician. He's just going, "Yeah, there's some suspicion." I mean,
probably, I guess.
Yeah.
Seems a bit weird.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah.
Imagine if you showed up to a conker contest with just a gun. Got a conker. Don't. Explode.
Are you going to tell me I don't win?
There's a conker in the barrel. I shot a conker out of the gun.
Yeah, who's going to...
Who's going to tell that person they don't win?
If you can find the bullet, you'll find out it's a fucking
Yeah.
conker.
Yeah.
But I
So
bet you can't find it.
So we do need to examine your bullets. You could try.
Yeah.
Do a conker to the brain?
Yeah.
Is that what you want?
Conquer to the brain.
So I'd be thinking, like, is there, like... You want standardised string, surely.
I
They
bet
do.
they do
No,
that.
they do. Yeah,
Yeah.
they do have that. I did see a picture of the tray of conkers.
Not just your own shoelace that you quickly
No,
take off.
they're
just
like
to compete.
leather
Leather?
straps
Like a
kind of thing.
thong?
Yeah, they're
Wow.
proper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they do
Because
all right.
because I'd be thinking, if you wanted absolute fairness, you'd like, I don't know, you assign a conquer to someone, and then then your time with the conquer is limited.
Oh,
You know
so
what I mean?
can't,
Like the conquer comes in a perspex box, and it's like,
Yeah.
gladiators.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Ready.
reach
I
in.
think it
It's like
should
in show
be.
jumping when they get assigned a horse.
I think it should be more like Beyblade, where you can kind of do anything you want to it, except for adding things to the conker. You can't
Yeah.
put a metal disc into it.
You can't put a razor blade in the
can't
conquer.
wedge a razor blade in it. But you can treat it in any way you want.
Yeah.
because that's where the deck building
Part
comes.
of the
in,
skill.
right?
Yeah, because I think that'd be more fun.
Yeah.
No rules.
No
You know,
rules.
I want to see a conquer
Fewer
with like
rules.
No
like-
rules conquer championship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see a conquer with like nails through it.
Yeah, stick it out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
So it looks like a mace. Or a flail.
Yeah, like, it's like Robot Wars where you just do whatever the fuck you
exactly.
want.
Yeah.
Here comes Shunt.
Yeah.
I want to like, dip a conquer in like paraffin and make set fire to
Yeah.
it like
Yeah,
that.
flaming conker.
Yeah, flaming
Dip it in
conker.
concrete.
Yeah, dip it in
You know?
Concrete. Yeah.
Concrete.
Exactly.
Polyfiller.
Polyfiller.
What would that do?
Yeah. Go for like a damp, soggy conquer.
Yeah, exactly.
No one will see that coming.
No. Or even just paint them with like Go Faster stripes or flames.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
used to
that'd be
paint. I used to
intimidating.
paint my conquers.
Did you?
Yeah, I'd add like cool patterns to them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bet they were cool.
If you dip it in,
Fuck it.
if you dip it in vinegar,
This guy.
You
Like,
had to soak it in vinegar for a while.
how long is my
I don't
question?
know. Again,
yeah.
like the oven.
Nobody
I don't
seems
know.
to know.
I never
It's-
cheated.
No. I
So
guess
I wouldn't know.
I guess my question is, if you were like
Not fucking cheat.
in the controlled environment of the World Conquer Championships, could you be like home cooking it? You know, like if you had a few vinegar sachets up your sleeve, like could you just like
like Spider-Man.
little tear?
What about if you just soaked it in super glue?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or wood glue actually would be better. 'Cause it's wood, right? Basically,
basically would.
soak PVA into it until it's just a plastic sphere.
Yeah.
And then it could be rubbery. It might bounce.
I just
Yeah.
because my thinking is, unless you have all this bullshit around bringing your own conquer, viciously cheating, just customizing your conquer, where is the skill? Because I guarantee
I know exactly.
here's a random conquer and
Also,
a bit of string.
if there's no rules, you could show up with a metal conker, but so could your opponent.
Yeah.
So then you get sparks flying when you hit.
Imagine that.
You're an idiot not to bring a metal conker.
I know,
at this
yeah.
It
point.
would depend what metal you used.
Yeah, aluminium,
tungsten.
Lead.
iron, diamond. That's not metal.
I
How much did this diamond conker cost you? It cost me £20,000.
More than is
Yeah.
reasonable.
And what's the prize money for this competition?
£200.
A £10 Waterstones voucher.
this is not.
I'll get a book out of this.
This is a true story. There was a kid-friendly book in the school-approved library
Here we go,
at
here
our
we go.
primary school,
Yeah.
which was about.
I never went to the library, John.
Which was about.
I was too busy being a legend.
To me, being a fucking lad. Which was about
Library.
Conquer Championship. It's a true story. This memory has just popped into my head.
Yeah.
And like, It was like a world event. Everyone was watching it. This kid enters because he's got like a super conker that can like break anything.
Oh my God, I
and
vaguely remember this.
Aliens enter the competition, yeah?
Yes.
And this alien turns up, he's got like a fucking like nuclear conker that's like kind of like glowing.
Oh my God, what a memory that's coming back. I read this book as well.
I don't remember this.
And our hero ends up losing, but he's a good loser.
Yes.
Oh,
that's the
that is
message.
important.
Yeah, he eeks for conker.
You show me a good loser, John. I'll also show you a loser. That's all I'm saying.
I had to think for a minute.
I did
but
have to think
I
there
get
as
what you're
well,
saying, yeah.
because it was kind of like jock talk, which I didn't really
still
understand.
a loser.
Still a loser. I
You
get
can,
it.
you make conkers into soap. That's a true story.
Why?
I don't know. Vikings did it.
Soap
apparently.
won't win in a fight with a conker.
No, he'd be cleaner.
That's true.
Glide away.
Most conker players aren't.
Yeah.
They're very smooth
Very
conkers,
stinky.
aren't they?
What's
They
that?
are, particularly when they're fresh out of the pod.
They feel nice.
When did you last touch a conker?
Oh, what a question.
Last year, I think.
Probably last year, yeah.
Have a conker championships.
I was there
Yeah.
with my steel
I
conker.
won.
I occasionally see them on
Fucking
the pavement and pick them up. I'm just
What
like,
if?
oh, that's fun.
What if one year you're like, I'm going to enter the conker championships, going to pop down to the park where
Yeah.
there's a tree, horse chestnut tree, and I'm going to pick one. And what if you found one the size of a baseball?
Yeah.
Right. But it's truly, genuinely a real conker. No one's going to believe you.
Yeah.
No chance.
You rock up with that on the end of a string.
You turn up with a conker that makes children cry.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, it's a real conker.
It's got like a dark aura coming off of it.
So
that
that's-
makes people piss themselves.
Sir, that's a coconut.
thing is, you bear in mind, as a kid, I couldn't use an inhaler properly. I don't think I got the timing for it. That's the bigger problem. I think.
Also, what if you open it up to all nuts? Right? Bring a cashew on a string. Let's see how well that does.
A cashew will go in seconds. A cashew
A cashew? What are you, an idiot?
against any nut.
Yeah, but then coconut can enter the mix then, because technically it's a nut. It's got nut in the name.
I feel like a walnut would do pretty.
That looks like a little brain.
Yeah.
That's a thinking man's coconut. Wait, conker. I'm not a thinking man, clearly.
Is a conker a nut? Yeah.
Oh,
horse chestnut.
I bet some a scientist would say it's not actually
Yeah,
a
it's a
nut.
herb.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
So pine nuts, they're not actually nuts.
They're seeds.
They're seeds.
That's weird.
Oh, who cares? Don't call them that then.
Yeah, don't call them that.
Pricks.
What if you rock up with a skull? On a string.
What, painted conker
Human
colours?
skull, yeah. But it's not
It's my
disguised.
It's my conker.
Yeah, it's really clearly
My
a skull.
conker.
It's just painted brown.
What of it, bro? This is
What
my
of it? It's a
conker.
conker.
What of it?
So you cannot enter with
Can
that.
we do this? Can we bring back conkers for the people, but they fuck?
They
like
fuck.
conkers.
Like you can
that
bring
fuck.
anything.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
long as it
yeah.
hangs on a string and is vaguely,
Vaguely
spherical,
spherical,
then you
yeah.
can anything you want. Oh my god, it's like an underground conker
Yeah.
championship where no holds
There are
barred,
no rules.
no rules. If you want to bring a conker, it can be made of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want to bring a conker adjacent thing, it can be
Yeah.
anything you
Yeah.
want.
You have like like an unconventional. I've got a cluster conker. It's like
Yeah.
a bunch of grapes.
Yeah, I just want to hang a Rubik's cube on a string and just smash someone with that.
And it solves it at the same time. Just as it smashes the conker.
Now that's a thinking man's conker.
Fuck.
Glass.
Someone needs to bring back conkers.
We'd
Like,
have to wear goggles at our event, I think, because of the
Yeah.
likely
Yeah.
explosions. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of guff when we were younger about like, oh, it's health and safety gone mad. People have to wear goggles when they're swinging conkers. Yeah, because it's a fucking
Yeah.
glass.
Do you want to be blind?
It's a glass, but it's a light bulb.
Yeah, do a light bulb.
Why would anyone bring a light bulb?
It's not about winning.
Conkers, but everyone has to swing a halogen light bulb with a live electric current going.
Swinging it on a wire.
Right, love, Nick.
My love. Oh, yeah, smash through these now because
Yeah.
that was great.
Yeah.
I
Thank Liz for
love
that, not me.
the feeling of knocking down a wall in your house. It feels like it shouldn't be something that anyone could just do. And I didn't do it, right? I'm paying someone to do
Oh,
it.
okay.
So we're getting our bathroom did. It's all getting
Bathroom
did.
did.
You're paying an accomplished
An accomplished real
person
with
yeah.
qualifications or whatever. And we had it surveyed.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
a load-bearing wall? Turns out none
Yes.
of our internal... Yes, it was.
We're doing it anyway.
Turns out none of our internal walls are load-bearing, right? To the extent that the builder said he could hollow out our house
That feels odd.
into one room and it would
Oh.
hold itself up like
Wow.
a warehouse if we wanted to, and it would
Wow.
be fine. Anyway, that's a side point. Don't know. Is that non-Euclidean, I guess. I don't know.
That's concerning.
It's I think it's actually the opposite. It's quite encouraging,
Empowering.
I think it's a very strong house. Anyway, so yeah, we're getting this wall knocked out to make our bathroom bigger for our new lovely bathroom that we're having done, which is taking a while, but we knew it would. But yeah, you can just and then when it's all like assigned on the line, qualifications, load bearing shit, all that stuff's checked. Then you just rock up with fucking hammers and just bash the fucking shit out of your
yeah,
house.
yeah.
And now, at the moment, because it's going to be like this for a while, it's just open, right? So if I have a shit in my toilet, I can just see it's now a massive room because it's connected to the next door room, basically, because there's just no intervening wall at all.
So you're just having a poo in.
Feels like I'm having a poo in this echoing chamber.
Yeah.
The thing is, when I have a poo, I feel quite vulnerable. I need to light a few candles, put some Enya on.
Oh, cool.
So my question is, how far away do you send Ali when?
Yeah, I mean, now it echoes.
When you're
She has to be downstairs. That's the rules.
when you're doing a dark business.
Yeah, it's wild. But now there's just, like, I bought this house. It's easily the most mature thing I've ever bought as a human man.
A house.
Is a house.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Right, it's the biggest purchase.
There was that cheese at one time.
That cheese
nice,
comes close.
That was quite mature.
Yeah, but I did it. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a big thing that we bought with money
Yeah.
that we've borrowed from the bank, right? This is not the thing you fuck around with. You don't fuck
sure.
around with your house. And I just smashed a fucking hole out of it. And I'm just, let's just crack on.
Now, let me ask you this. Did you knock
No,
the wall?
I didn't.
The man did it.
The man did it.
Did you help the man?
This is the second wall I've smashed out of my
Okay.
house. I helped the men on the first one.
Yeah.
But I didn't help the man on this
You
one.
offered encouragement.
I went
Lauren.
upstairs to be like, oh, maybe I could do a fun little tap and knock a bit out. They'd done it. Like
Too
5
late.
minutes. Like, you give them a fucking chance and it's gone.
Yeah.
Like,
that wall is.
I feel
out
most
there.
people, like in society, are just walking around with a bottled up urge
Waiting.
to tear the
Yeah.
fucking wall to bits.
Imagine
you know?
that's
Right.
your job. Every day you
Yeah.
fucking tear a wall
The
down.
moment you get the go,
Yeah.
it's like,
Bam, 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 bam,
yeah,
bam.
this wall definitely going.
Yeah.
And then
Definitely.
just come everywhere.
Oh.
Sorry.
There's no greater release.
Oh no.
Oh, no. But yeah, kind of can't
Yeah.
believe I've done this. I mean, I'm
I-
going to get a new wall.
On some level, I felt that joy when I purchased a sledgehammer and I destroyed many things in our garden. We had a concrete path running
can
from
do
the
that.
front to the back.
You can smash bits
The
of your
freedom of just going like, I'm just gonna.
Smash it to bits.
I have no option but to fuck
Yeah.
fuck up this path. Yeah,
And no option but to fuck.
You're on it.
Oh, yeah.
Got a sledgehammer. Got a path.
That is my brief.
Yeah.
You can fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
This
hope I
is-
can get a new wall.
It was
But...
magical. Yeah. So I forget. You had a previous wall that came down.
Yes, the one that used to be... Our kitchen used to be separate from our dining room. They used to be 2 rooms. And now they're 1 room. Kitchen and diner
Yes.
is 1. There was a wall between.
John's thinking.
Wait.
I don't know what more I need to say to you to make
Sorry. Wait.
I'm very clear about what you just said.
Wait. So where your kitchen table is right now?
That was another room.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw your house after you purchased it.
Yeah, you did.
I can't remember.
Oh, no, you did.
I'm-
It didn't last long, that wall,
I have
to be
no
honest.
recollection of there being a wall there.
Yeah. You can still see it if you look really closely at the ceiling. You can still kind of see where the lines kind of run.
Wow.
But yeah, no. We got rid of that wall quick.
You
Quick
did a very
sharp.
good job,
There you
yeah.
go.
And
Yeah,
in
yeah.
hindsight, that was a very safe thing to do.
Safe?
Well, yeah, the survey's just confirmed that
Oh, I see. Yeah.
nary a single wall in your house is...
Well, only the second survey confirmed that.
Yeah.
The first survey just checked that wall.
I see.
But the second survey, he ended up kind of checking everything because it's an upstairs one, so I think he
Yeah.
had to be more thorough. He was up in the loft and everything. And he was like, you could literally knock
Knock
everything down.
all
in
the
this house.
walls down.
Wow.
Anything you want. Just smash it
That's
all away.
awesome.
So right now, I'm thinking about your bathroom as was.
Yes, as was.
It's quite small,
Yes.
quite kind of pokey.
Very pokey.
But so now that's like just...
Well, now it's the size. Yeah, it's like the size of this room because of course there's no wall,
That's great.
so it's huge. But it's not going to be. There's
Hello?
there's a stud frame up now, so it kind of looks like you're in jail when you're in the toilet.
Oh,
now,
that's cool,
Because
yeah.
there's like wooden bars where a wall.
Yeah,
is gonna
that's
be.
good, yeah,
but
no.
it's much bigger, so it's gone into the room next door to it.
Wow.
And the amount that it's gone in is the size of the shower. We're gonna have a big old shower. It's gonna be
Oh.
great.
I'm fascinated.
Does sound fun. Yeah, I wanna come
I can show you
yeah.
some pictures after this.
Oh, please. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
love it.
it's very exciting.
Lovely.
I've got a love. Nice and quick one.
Finish me off, John.
It's a bit of an old favourite. I think I mentioned it before. I love the shit you can get away with on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, Facebook Marketplace is great.
As listeners,
I look at it every day now.
Do you?
Yeah,
Oh, do you?
yeah.
I should look
Just
at it more
for-
often,
yeah,
to be
Just
honest.
for whatever.
There might be deals.
yeah. Well, I'm in the mindset of I'm getting rid of stuff.
Yes.
And it's like
Oh, yeah.
when I put my mind to something, just
Yeah.
here we go away
Get it
to
on
the
Facebook
races. Yeah,
Marketplace.
it is astounding if you just have something you want to get rid of, and you go, you know what? I would feel bad about just going to the tip
Sure.
because it's like say you got some shelves or a piece of furniture. It's like I don't want them. But God, I don't want to like just chuck them in landfill.
No.
If you just anything, you just go free.
Yeah.
Pick-up only.
Free pickup only.
People love it.
Bite your hand
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
What's that? It's a jar of a turd in it. It's free.
Yeah, if it's free,
they'll
It's
go
free,
for
I'll
it.
have
take that turd.
It's outlandish.
DNA, that.
Yeah,
Steal, conquer, I'll have it.
I've got rid of 9 items in under 48 hours. It's amazing.
What you been
What are you
Oh.
sacking off?
Got rid of some shelves, a monitor arm for a computer. I'm genuinely losing a lamp.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Good God, I'm losing track.
You could be charging for these things, John.
I charged for a couple of things.
Yeah.
Did charge for a couple of things. You know, the
The instant you charge there, you enter into the other part of Facebook Marketplace, the far less interesting and less powerful part of Facebook Marketplace, where people enter into negotiations.
yeah, this is where the
I can't be fucked
Yeah.
with all that.
This
So
is
unless I really want money for something, I'll
Yeah.
just be like free pickup only,
Yeah.
fuck it, I don't care.
this is where the delicate dance begins.
Yes,
isn't
exactly,
It? Yeah.
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 The the only item left to go is this little chest of drawers here.
We're using that at the moment. Then.
Yeah, well,
We need that.
Yeah,
We
well,
need that.
the microphone is currently like precariously balanced on
Using
it,
it
but
as a coaster as well.
yeah.
Yeah, for my BRS.
I will feel actually I have emotional attachment to this chest of drawers. I've had it for a very long time.
Well, why are you getting rid of it then?
Well, I've got no space for it now in my new office, which used to be our podcast studio.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah,
We used to
your office
record
now.
in there.
yeah,
Those are the days.
So
I
what?
miss
These
that.
are for sale, are they?
yeah,
To a good home?
yeah. Do you want them?
Do you want them?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
I'm
I'll
not
ask.
sure though.
Yeah.
I'll take a picture and ask.
Well, let us know. Yeah, I'll do you a good deal on it.
You fucking
Yeah.
better.
Thing is, this is. I think I'm fairly certain this is an IKEA
Oh, is it?
chest of drawers.
So you assembled that.
It's on wheels. Well, no, it was one of the rare IKEA pieces that didn't come.
Came assembled.
Yeah, but it's actually. I think I've had it.
I wanna take a
better
picture
part
of
of
it.
like.
Now.
I think
Now.
I've had it the better part of 20 years to the point where I don't think IKEA even list it anymore as a thing.
They wouldn't acknowledge it.
So I've told the world on Facebook Marketplace that this is an IKEA chest of drawers. There's no evidence.
Oh, so you put this up already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the last time. Incredibly, like 4 p.m. I had some shelves. Said
Gone.
shelves free to a good home. They were gone at 6:40.
Yeah.
I want to say no earlier, like 5:40.
Yeah, yeah.
It's unreal. It's just
I like it. I think it's quite good.
It is
fun.
hungry for it.
better service than the tip.
Yeah.
Better service
Oh,
than
yeah, yeah,
recycling.
for
yeah.
sure.
Jesus Christ, I can't even remember what I got rid of. I got rid of one item. It's great. A rug. Got rid of a rug.
Yeah, rug.
Guy came and got the rug.
Yeah.
Bing bang bosh. Is in
Job
and out
done.
of the door. 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Gave that away. And then I got rid of a lamp. Same guy.
Same-
Really?
Same.
Came back again?
Yeah, came back. Yeah.
You're just watching your account now.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Good.
Yeah. No, it's unreal.
It is
What
good.
I'm drunk with power. If you guys weren't nailed down, putting you on
We'd be on-
Facebook
we'd be on
Marketplace.
there
I could do it in
immediately.
your home, to be
Oh,
fair.
and you know,
I've got a lot of stuff recently for the boy. Like we got some chairs for free. We bought some various bits and bobs for him that like you would pay loads for in the shop.
yeah.
And it's fine. It's new basically, and it's just like, well, we might as well get it.
I know.
Here.
Am I thinking like, you know, and the flip side is my thinking getting rid of stuff. It's like, well, you know what? I've gotten a lot of use out of this.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff I am charging for, but not a lot. And other stuff I'm like, well, you know what? I could try and get 20 quid out of it, but at the same time, I got a lot of use
can't
out
be
of
arsed.
it. It has no
Yeah.
value to me now. If someone else will appreciate it, might as well.
Exactly.
You know, pass it
Yeah.
on. Spread the love.
Yeah.
But yeah, share the love.
Yeah. Good for you, John.
But
That's what
yeah,
I say.
good God, it's amazing. Anything. Shit in a box, you know?
For free.
I should sell more stuff, shouldn't I? Really, I sold a couple of things, and that was great. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the thrill of it. Do it again.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, there we go.
That's very
Now
good.
what?
I think
very
that's
good.
an
I'm just looking at
episode.
this chest of drawers now, seeing if I'm interested.
Well, if you want it, I mean, yeah,
No,
you know.
I'll message Liz. See
Yeah,
what she says.
you know. Well then, format is king.
Formula is everything.
Formula is everything.
Formula of
What
the
do
format.
we think won? Love or hate?
I really didn't like my lobes hurting that much.
No. and I
Conkers
didn't-
were kind of fun though.
Conkers
Conkers were fun,
fun,
but I can't claim credit for that. Really, it was brought to me.
Also, kind of what we liked about the Conkers thing was the failure of the Conkers.
But the banality of it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I hated that kid in that vehicle with an iPad.
That is
that was
enough.
grim
That's
as
enough on its own.
fuck. Oh yeah, hate. Good
Yeah, I
work.
think hate,
yeah,
yeah.
kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that was a good episode.
I
Do
think it's
you?
good.
Do you?
Well, because
Yeah.
we really got some hate in, didn't
Yeah,
we?
we were
Yeah.
very upset.
And it
about
is called a show called Hate.
Yeah, and it actually felt like we were here engaged with the process rather than just going through the motions, which is what we've done with the previous 100 episodes.